It's time for UW-Stevens Point men's hockey on the Pointers Sports Network. Follow the Pointers all season long as the defending NCAA national champions battle in the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Pointers hockey on the Pointers Sports Network is brought to you by Stevens Point Brewery, Taco Bell, Stevens Point Orthopedics, Goose on Main, General Beer, distributors of Miller Lite, and also the UWSP corporate sponsors, Marshfield Clinic, Skyward, Century Insurance, Century World, PJ's Restaurant, Team Sherrill Companies, Subway, Papa John's, Badger State Games, the National Guard, Grazzi's Italian Grill, Coca-Cola, BSN Sports, and Under Armour.
And good evening from KB Willett Arena in Stevens Point. Welcome to Pointers Hockey on the Pointers Sports Network. I'm Tom Weaver along with Sean McMahon. Tonight, Pointers back at WIAC action as they host UW-Stout. Sean, a tough weekend last weekend. Plenty to learn from this team yet here as we get from the early on to the mid stages of the schedule.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. Only 2 weeks left in the first half. Hard to believe, and back into WIAC play for the last couple weeks, but after a tough weekend last weekend against a pair of NCHA teams that are much improved, the Pointers looked for some more answers, offensively and defensively. A little bit better of an offensive effort, but especially last Saturday night, kind of failed on the special team side.
Absolutely. Two teams struggling in different ways. Point comes in at 4-5-1 overall, 0-1-1 in the WIAC. I thought this team showed some heart on Saturday. Down 4-0. They could have absolutely mailed this in. It could have, in the past, we've seen the third period become a penalty-ridden, got back to even, and it was a turnover difference late in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Last Saturday night was a good game for the Pointers to come back in. They showed their grit. They showed how veteran of a team they are, coming back from four goals down to tie it up about midway through the third period, and then a terrible turnover again in their own end. That's kind of been the bugaboo of this hockey team in the most recent weeks.
Couple things for Stout. They come in at 1-6-1. Goaltending has been a big struggle. They've played all three here. They're going to go with the freshman Brennan Kitchen, trying to find something here tonight. They're, as you'll hear from Terry Watson coming up in the first intermission, or Terry Watkins, excuse me, the longtime Stout coach. They're just trying to find somebody to get in the way of the puck right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They've struggled, and to combat, to make things worse, they're not scoring many goals either, Tommy, as their leading scorer only has 5 points total. The Pointers and their pressure on the Stout D will be important. I think another thing is in this hockey game, 5-on-5. Got to keep this game even up.
I think normally you might say this might be a trap weekend for the Pointers, knowing you got a home and home with Eau Claire next weekend. Given the circumstances so far, mission is to get 3 points out of tonight. Yeah,
absolutely. Get all the points tonight and not even think about Eau Claire at this point. That needs to be from the farthest thing. We need to get some momentum and find a way to get to next weekend.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Pointers head coach Tyler Krieger. It is Stevens Point and UW-Stout in WIAC action. Head coach of the Pointers coming up after this timeout here on the Pointers Sports Network.
Your family's safety is important, and with winter driving coming, Sherrill Tire and Service can help. Sherrill Tire and Service Centers can help with new tires and a pre-season tune-up, so your entire vehicle is winter ready. Sherrill Tire and Service, Plover, Stevens Point, Weston, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, and Medford, and online at SherrillTire.com.
Sherrill Tire and Service, get your car done right.
Continue with our Pointers pregame show on the Pointers Sports Network. Tonight, back to WIAC play at KB Willett Arena as the Pointers host UW-Stout. We talk now with Pointers head coach Tyler Krieger. Coach, you get back to work here this weekend. Had some time to take a look at some things. I know a disappointing weekend for you last weekend. Always lessons to be learned out of a weekend like that?
Yeah, it wasn't so much X's and O's. Like I said, there was just a weird vibe, weird dynamic going on in the group. So ourselves as a coaching staff and our leadership group with our captains and a few other upperclassmen leaders on our team had a good talk this week, just kind of looking in the mirror, and I truly believe and we believe that there's no such thing as bad team, just bad leaders, and kind of had to look at what possibly are we doing that's or what are we not doing that's causing this a little bit, and I think we found a few things, and just coming out of a place of appreciation and care of everybody doing their roles, and so we took a different approach this week to things in that regard, and I think hopefully we clean up some other areas tonight.
You think is it a matter of simplifying a couple things to get you going in the right direction to get a good start?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think I like the way that we played Saturday. Friday we switched the system, and knew there was going to be some gray areas in it, and we gave up a little few to top end rushes. I thought we played a very good game Saturday, minus the 3 power play goals we gave up. Other than that, I thought we dominated the game. I thought it worked well. I thought we limited our odd man rushes the other way. Still a few kinks we got to work out on that end, but I think we played well. We played hungry, and the guys. It's never been a lack of effort. It's just been. It hasn't really been execution either. It's just been just more mental than anything, and going in the right attitude of just coming out of a place of care and appreciation for everyone.
And I think if you go into Saturday and you go into that third period, give up 2 or 3 more and mail it in, your fellas, they put their nose to the grindstone to get back in that game, which obviously didn't come out the right way for you, but that's encouraging, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We've battled our way back, and we found a way to score goals. I think we created quite a bit of offense on Saturday night, and that's good to see. I think a lot of guys like the change in the system and like the way they were playing. I like the way that a lot of guys are playing. Now it's just a matter of just execution. 5-5, we got to be there. Now it's special teams, got to pick it up too. Special teams is not very good. You look at a percentage, I think it's 12 and 80, and we're not even at 100% combined, or where you need to be really at 105 or 110 combined between the penalty kill and the power play, and we're not quite there. So just we got to figure that stuff out to get a complete game.
This is one of those funky times of the year here between Thanksgiving, finals right around the corner here. You got a couple weekends left here. It's very, very important here to keep your foot on the gas pedal and finish. 4 wins is the job here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're backs are against the wall here as far as NCAA goes with the auto bid, so it's we just got to take care of business. We can't focus on the macro picture right now and just focus on what we can control each day and each game, and take each shift, not take it for granted. I mean, these guys, what I said to them last week, I think they were hit hard after Saturday mentally, and your time as a student athlete is so short. Your 4 years fly by, and talk to seniors or talk to me or stronger. You can tell you that you miss it, and you just got to go be grateful every single time you step on the ice. There's nothing like it, and just relish it and take advantage of it each day. Don't take it for granted. The privilege that you have playing here, and just go out with a passion of love for the game, and just be excited and have some fun. Good news,
you get a live body back here with Tristan Conrad back. I thought he and Wes, before he went down there, they were starting to really come together as a pair, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. He was playing very well, confident with the puck. He's an excellent skater, which we need our D to be. So I think he'll be a great addition back to the lineup. So it's nice to get one back here.
All right, Coach, good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
Pointers head coach Tyler Krieger. Stay tuned. More coming up on the Pointers Sports Network.
After the game or anytime, head into Goose on Main, downtown Stevens Point. Goose has 38 beers on tap. That's right, 38, including all of your favorites, an awesome selection of microbrews and craft beers featuring some of the finest beers brewed right here in Wisconsin. If you're hungry, you'll find out firsthand why Goose was voted the best burger and best fish fry in Portage County. Before or after Pointers hockey or anytime, stop into Goose on Main, just minutes away on Main Street, downtown Stevens Point.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena, Tom Weaver's Sean McMahon. Let's get to our starting lineups here tonight. First of all, for the Blue Devils of Stout, the goaltender is Brendan Kitchen, 6 feet 165, and a freshman out of Utopia, Ontario. 4 games so far, he's 1-3, a 3.20 goals against average, save percentage of 88.7%. The defenseman, Alex Scar, 6 feet 190, and a sophomore out of Forest Lake, Minnesota. And Connor Chambers, the former Pointer, 5'11", 195, and Sean, hard to believe he is now a senior out of Pequot Lakes, Minnesota.
Crazy.
It seems like forever ago.
Yeah.
So in a big hole on Saturday to even give the Pointers a chance to be in there.
Absolutely. He did a great job of kind of holding the ship. You can argue at times he's deserved a better fate, but if you ask him, he needs to be better between the nets for the Pipes for the Pointers.
All right, systematically, the torpedo stays in here. So basically 4 forwards and a defenseman. The up forwards, Colin Raver, 6'3", 185, and a junior out of Bartlett, Illinois, and Ryan McKellar, 5'10", 193, and a junior out of Indianapolis, Indiana. They'll be out there with Luke McElhaney, 5'10", 190, and a senior out of Sauk City, Wisconsin, and Zach Zeck, 5'10", 180, and a junior out of South Lyon, Michigan. And the one defenseman, Stephen Qualiata, 6 feet, 180, and a junior out of Bartlett, Illinois. Otherwise, they'll pair Kelly O'Brien with Brendan Miller, Drew McLean, and Austin Kelly and Wes Ashley, and then Jordan Fader out there with Wilson Northey, Carter Rue, Danny Corrali, and Logan Fredericks, Jake Thies, Brandon McReynolds, Tristan Conrad will all mix around there, and Mikey Butcher will dress as defenseman number 7 here tonight for the Pointers. Tyler Krieger in his 3rd season, 64, 11, and 6.
You won't notice a difference in how well we'll take care of you.
StevensPointOrtho.com, formerly Klaczynski Clinic. Nothing's changed except the name.
Really like the old one.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena, Brandon Schrader, Jeremy Klobuchar. The referees, Jordan Watson, Jason Peters, will work the lines here tonight. Northland at top-ranked Eau Claire. That's our other tidbit of news here. Yep. Eau Claire, the new number 1 team in the nation in the U.S. College Hockey Online Poll. Pointers keep their streak alive, Sean. They hang in there, ranked 13th, so now 118 straight weeks ranked in the poll. All-time series, Stevens Point leads 42-40 and 3. Sean, the Pointers have won 10 straight against the Blue Devils, outscoring them 51-19. Last win by Stout in Menominee at the Dunn County Ice Palace, February 8th of 2014 in a 4-2 game. In a game that, if I remember correctly, Chris Brooks was less than thrilled with the effort of the fellas.
Yes, he was.
So, we will see.
Yes, he was.
Ready to go. Boy, you can tell the students are back, huh?
Oh, my God, it's nice. The band's back, students back, a little bit more jump in this building.
Hopefully we'll get some energy and get things going. Pointers trailed from the get-go last weekend.
Yep.
And got to try to reverse that if you can. So, ready to work. Zach Zeck will step to center ice. Our opening faceoff is brought to you by Miller Lite, and we are ready to go from KB Willett Arena in Stevens Point. Glad you're with us on the Pointer Sports Network. We're on the YouTube channel. Tomorrow night from Ashland. Opening draw controlled by the Blue Devils, and they will quickly dump it ahead toward Lucas Carroll. He will come in. Centering pass comes through the middle, and almost a disastrous turnover from the get-go here by the Pointers. Shot lifted. That goes high. Colin Raver will get to it on the near side. He'll look to play it up. Ahead it goes on the forecheck. Here comes Stout, awfully hard in. Adam Kressel after it. He'll zip it around. McKellar on the far side tries to hold it up on the wall on the far side. Zeck will poke it out. Got a piece of the linesman. This actually helps the Pointers. Keeps it. Stout back the other way. They will bring it back into their own end. Alex Scar back. He will send it ahead. And Eli Billing going to have to come out and play it and prevent a breakaway. Here's Luke McElhaney ahead. McElhaney scored his team best 8th goal of the year last weekend. Where would the Pointers be without his production?
Oh, goodness.
Huh? All right, here's Stout. They will ring it in high off the glass. Catches around on the near side. Wes Ashley after it. Ashley coming. Shot fired. pad save made. Wilson Northey also scored last weekend. Chopped away from him, Alex Nagel will bring it into the far side for Stout. Shot fired in. Eli Billing will make a save, and he will hang on. Other good news, Sean, Tristan Conrad, the junior out of Lockport, Illinois, back in the lineup here. He will skate out here with this line here after safely exiting the concussion protocol a week or so ago. Had a good full week of practice, and I know is eager to get back at it.
Yep, good to see him back in the lineup, Tommy. Big smile on his face when we walked by him, getting ready for the game tonight. Much needed depth for the Pointer D.
Austin Kelly, far side, wins the draw. Got it to Drew McLean. He'll cut in front of his own net. Skates through some traffic. They'll come forward. Goes wide of Brennan Kitchen. Kitchen, 6 feet, 165 for the freshman. Tristan Conrad back to get it, chops it around to Kelly, Austin Kelly on the near side, lost the handle on it, and boy, Stout in the back check making life difficult for the Pointers here, and they'll dump it into the near corner. Now Kelly will swipe it aside to O'Brien on the near side. Stout plays it back, Landon Lushenko will go rink wide to Noah Carson on the far side in. Eli Billing will get a piece of that with a stick. He will hang on. 18-17 to go here in the first, still scoreless.
Matt, two guys hard for the Blue Devils, Tommy, is going to try to put extra pressure on the 1D and the 1 forward and back on this torpedo system on the Pointers.
The word officially out. Bring two guys hard is the way to come after
all
it.
the time. Yep, and it's paid dividends so far. 2 shots on goal for Stout early on in the hockey game.
All right, face-off control by the Pointers. McElhaney behind his own net. He'll scoop it ahead on the far side. Big hit by Stout to free the puck. Nice job there on a physical play. Bouncing puck. Qualiata corrals it in the far corner. He'll cut back behind his own net. Waits for a defender to come. And Zek able to chip it ahead back toward the middle. Stout sends it right back in again. Logan Nelson. It will send it in near corner. Cycling with it. Connor Duchesne. Duchesne ahead and out of the zone.
Stout's done a good job of bottling up the Pointers breakout and keeping everything down in the offensive end for the Blue Devils so far this evening. I think when you have a struggling goaltender like UW-Stout does, Tommy, their best defense is a good offense in the puck possession game.
Was I imagining things, or was that Northland-Eau Claire game originally scheduled for last night?
Yes, it was, sir.
It kind of
Yep. I wonder if the Blue Golds had some problems getting home last weekend after being in New York.
They're winning the Plattsburgh tournament. Who knows? But I noticed that.
That was my assumption.
Midday Thursday or so. We'll see that game moved around. Riley Jensen with it now for the Blue Devils around near side. Zek will get it ahead to Logan Fredericks. Eli Billing back behind the net. Qualiata back to get it. Sean, in general, I think somebody from this forward group has got to take a step forward here and get things going.
Oh, 100%.
McElhaney has carried the weight here. We got to get some depth going here. This Stout will bring it in. We'll get a whistle and a collision with Ryan McKellar along the blue line on the near side. But Pointers, when they use their forward depth here, are the most dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a good conversation. Good conversation with Carter Rue. You'll hear it tonight during the Pointer profile during the second intermission. But talking about himself, Logan Fredericks, Jordan Fader, how they need to step up offensively. They're very close to getting it going. If you can just get a little secondary scoring.
The aforementioned Carter Rue feeds it back, got it to McKellar ahead. Long outlet pass ahead. Corrali will chip it back. Raver sends it into McKellar on the far side. McKellar sends toward the middle. That's on the stick of Lucas Carroll. He'll backhand it ahead to Hunter Anderson. This is some veteran leadership here. Anderson and Kressel, both seniors. Lucas Carroll, a junior, on the right wing. Into the neutral zone it comes. Carter Rue almost pokes it free. Now he'll get to it. Here comes Rue. Leaves it to Corrali on the far side, right through him. Now sends it deep. Out high, and it's Wes Ashley. Cross ice to Drew McLean. He'll flip a backhander ahead. That's gloved down and misplayed by the Blue Devils. And Wilson Northey sends it back in. Now Stout will send it the link to the ice. Whistle and an icing call. 15:58 to go here in the first. still scoreless.
And again, as we talked last weekend, Tommy, with this torpedo and having 4 forwards up front for the Pointers, nicely against Concordia.
Absolutely. All right, Tristan Conrad back toward the middle. Alex Nagel with a backhander ahead. This is Kobe Keller. The former Spasher will send it deep here in the near corner. Turn the puck over. Stevens Point will try to bring it up and out. McElhaney on the near side, but it's jammed back the other way by Vladislav Sorokin. Some international fare on this lineup for Terry Watkins. Stolen away. Here's Brennan Miller, 2-on-1. Miller, now it's a 3-on-1 coming. Brennan Miller comes. The senior goaltender, both similar numbers, 3.20 for Kitchen, 3.33 for Bezic. Brady Myers in some relief, up over 9. So he has come in and Kitchen backhanded effort by Logan Fredericks is turned aside, and Stout breaks it back the other way. Sorokin. He was the inaugural WIAC Player of the Week. Now shot block here. It's Jake Tice with it ahead. Had his stick taken out of his hand, so I'm not sure if it broke or got hooked out of his hands. Either way, kept it going, and Stevens Point will get it. He was unable to advance the puck.
Too many men on the
Point with too many men on the ice, I believe, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Too many men on the ice will put Stout to an early power play.
Yep, so the second game in a row, the Pointers have been caught with too many men on the ice. Let's run the power play numbers for UW-Stout. 3 power play goals on 24 chances, 12.5%. That's 4th in the WIAC. 62nd overall on the power play. Penalty kill numbers for the Pointers need to get better. 33 of 41, 80.5%. Tommy, that's last in the WIAC and 56th overall in the country on the penalty kill.
Wes Ashley will chip it around. And it is cleared around to the near side. Stout. Chambers looks to bring it in. He's hassled from behind. Austin Kelly will poke it out. They will. Stout bring it back. Lushenko. Cross ice pass. And a lead ahead on the far side. Chambers cuts in. Whistle and an offsides here. So 27 seconds into the man advantage for the Blue Devils, and not much there.
Well, Connor Chambers needs to read that play better, Tommy. He decided to dangle around 2 Pointer penalty killers instead of dumping the puck in and deep and going to work. Nice job by the Pointer penalty killers to put that wall up at the defensive blue line and gum things up for him.
Yeah, tell you what, Connor Chambers, a story kid, found a place to come play here. What, he played 2 games with the Pointers?
Yep, correct.
Tonight's game number 60, so
good for him.
58 games for Terry Watkins, and Stevens Point will get it and rim it around. Was looking for more minutes than I think were available, and found a home here. We're going to get a whistle and another offsides on the near side.
Absolutely. And can you argue when he was here, the defensive core that the Pointers had? It's hard to crack that lineup. There's good players still. You can make that argument for last year with Tristan Conrad. A little bit in and out of the lineup his freshman year, trying to work to get yourself in the lineup. But when you have a Stephen Beauvais and a Ryan Bittner and a Mark Bittner, if you go all the way back there.
Don't forget, Ryan Bittner played 1 game as a freshman.
Correct.
So, yes. In there to serve the penalty time. Stout will get it deep. Drew McLean going to hustle in the near corner. He'll push it and turn it right over to the far side. I think he was anticipating some help on the far side. Now Danny Corrali will.
Blue Devils very nicely.
All right, here comes Stout through the neutral zone. Conrad with it. Bounces out. Sent all the way back down in. Chambers will play it. 18 seconds to go. They're out. Fair statement.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Miller ahead. Kobe Keller will bring it in. They'll feed it to the far side. Bouncing puck. Turned aside by Eli Billing as the penalty expires. Stevens Point. Zach off the bench on the near side. Pick free. This might be a 2-on-1. Here's Zach back the other way. Ahead to Austin Kelly, just out of his reach. Kelly will get to it behind the net. Chipped it to Zach in the near corner. Zach looks to center. Now works it far side. Out to Qualiata with a blast. Kitchen fights that one off with a blocker. Near side. Comes all the way around. Stout will get it in stride. On the right wing, Evan Butcher is rubbed out there by Carter Rue. Stevens Point in transition. Here comes Qualiata. Up the far side. Dumps it to Zach. He got freight trained after the pass, but got it to the far corner. Carter Rue right up the middle, and Zach. Colin Raver, who had the gun loaded, to fire it away. Now Raver with it, a 3-on-2 here. Rink wide. I'll clear it back the other way. Stout in transition, and Colin Raver a big hit to free it up on the far side. Back to Zek on the near side, leads it to the middle to Tice. And it is Colin Raver off on a change here, so Stevens Point kind of resetting the deck here. It is Jordan Fader back to get it for Point behind the net. They will dig it out, center ice. Here comes Wilson North. He's going to come all the way through, can't get a shot off, had his stick lifted. That's a good back check there by the Blue Devils to prevent a scoring chance. Stout will work it in on the near side. McElhaney the first to get it. He'll rim it around on the far side for Wilson Northey. Wes Ashley will poke it ahead, and it's Drew McLean reaching for it on the far side. They'll scrum for it at the red line on the far side, kicked free. Fader with it, got it to McElhaney, back to Ashley. Ashley back up off the far wall, goes wide, but comes in on Kitchens. No icing call there.
Oh, watch out here, Tom.
Now here's a turnover forced momentarily by Drew. And up on the near side, Conrad back to get it. He'll cycle back for Stevens Point. A rolling puck here, got through a defender. Logan Fredericks jumps the play. Way through the first period, Corrali, his fourth of the year. It's 1-0 Stevens Point.
Nice job by Logan Fredericks, Tommy. He won 2 battles, and the one that really counted was along the sideboards and flipped it, just kind of spun around and flipped it to the front of the net. The Blue Devils on defense was nowhere to be found. Danny Corrali taps it in over the stick side and high of Kitchens, and it's 1-0 Stevens Point.
All right, so in the lead. And Pointers will kick it ahead for Kelly O'Brien off the draw. Off the glass. Sent back. Lead back with it. Now ahead. And submarine down here by Stout. O'Brien kicks it ahead. So Logan Fredericks with the fourth of the year. Stevens Point with a 1-0 lead. Stout back the other way. Far side, Carter Rue will swipe it free. They almost swept it to Brennan Miller behind a defender. Now from the near side, Corrali bounces it ahead, out of the reach of Miller. Alex Stuckert here sends it ahead to center ice. Stout sweeping a pass, Alex Nagel to the far side. Conrad tried to blast it out, hit off the backside of a player, and Colin Raver will send his big frame ahead the other way. Stout will get it and send it back in. Qualiata back. He will look to accelerate, ditches a defender, comes up. He'll cut through back to the middle, feed it to McElhaney on the near side. McElhaney, but it was just out of his reach. .938 to go. Looks like Hunter Anderson will go off. And Stevens Point will go to a Guzan main power play.
And if he's not careful, he's going to get a 10-2, Tommy, as he's got everything to say for Brandon Schrader. So let's run the power play numbers as Anderson goes to the box for elbowing. The Pointers on the power play this year, 6 power play goals on 49 chances, 12.2%. That's fifth in the WIC, 64th overall in the country. Penalty kill numbers for UW-Stout, really good, 21 of 23. They've only given up 2 power play goals this year, 91.3%. That's only third in the WIAC, Tommy, but 9th overall in the country. The penalty kill in this conference, I looked at the numbers this afternoon. 5 of the 6 teams are in the top 20 in penalty kill in the country.
Out of position, but he closes nicely on Kobe Keller to get it behind. Face-off circle out high to Qualiata. He'll trying to think. Pass to O'Brien. That ate him up, so he'll have to flip it deep. O'Brien at the point on the far side, back to Qualiata. Qualiata had to calm it down. He does, dumps it to O'Brien. He's got a shooting angle. And a rebound attempt by Zach. Zach Stout will get it, and a backhander up into the point bench. Everybody all right down there, I think?
I went whizzing by Coach Strong. Close.
Coach Strong.
It's a close shave for the assistant coach.
He needs one.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. November's over, buddy. You know. We'll see. Special teams coach Joyce Cisnowski. A little ruffled down there, too. I think that was labeled there. All right, here's McLean, carries it in. A minute to go here in the Goose on Main power play. McLean, far corner to Raver. Now to McElhaney, out high to McLean. He'll come. Far side, McElhaney with a Peter Verstegen with it. He'll chip it deep. That's a smart penalty kill there, Sean. You know, I think you're inclined to try to make something happen, but knowing you need some numbers here. Raver lost the handle on it, so McReynolds will cycle back. Up ahead it goes. McElhaney on the far side. Raver going hard to the net. He backs off, looks to zip it through. Instead, he'll pull it up far side. McElhaney will reset now. Raver, who shoves a defender off in the far corner. Now Stout will lift it down the length of the ice with 10 seconds to go in the power play. Now right in front of the net, McLean will shut off a defender and set up. We are back to even strength. So here comes McLean. Feeds it wide to the far side to Jake Tice. Wilson Northey was clipped out, coming through now, sticks with it, shoves it to Austin Kelly and comes right around. Kelly labeled that one to the far corner. It went wide. 7:15 to go in the first. 1-0 Stevens Point on Danny Corrali's goal. Stout is caught off sides here, so Wilson Northey back to get it ahead for Fader out of his reach. Landon Lushenko will get it for Stout and send it ahead. Austin Kelly coming up. Just about 7 minutes to go here in the first period. Stout, long shot. That's blocked by Wes Ashley. He took a shot up high. And now they'll get it back the other way. Here comes Austin Kelly. Flips a pass to O'Brien on the right wing. To Brendan Miller. Miller up high to Corrali near side. Dodges a defender. He'll come right down. Shot. Glove save made by Kitchen. Danny Corrali, nice job there, Sean, to get a defender down in a blocking motion and skirted right around him.
Yep. And then used another defenseman for the Blue Devils as a screen. Good save by Kitchen in deep, Tommy. Other games we're going to be taking a look at in the WIAC tonight, as we talked about, number 1 Eau Claire is hosting Northland. Yep. And then the two teams that are knocking on the door of the top 15 in the country, Superior and River Falls, hook up in a big, that's a good game in River Falls between two teams.
According to the high-speed Twitter wire, the Yellow Jackets have scored in the opening minute.
Oh boy.
1-0. Shots here are 8-3 in favor of Stevens Point. Eli Billing behind the net, out of the reach of Tristan Conrad. Kelly O'Brien will try to restore order on the near side, but Stout gets there and sends it deep. Corrali to the far corner, shoves it, and I was told there was some work done on that door on the far side. Apparently not, as it came in. Now they'll turn, try to get it up, and here's Logan Fredericks. Maybe a chance as it tips and come out of the zone. Alex Bowe back to get it. Stout will chip it in, right in on Eli Billing. He'll put it down with a paddle to Stephen Qualiata. Qualiata behind the net. Raphael Goslin is the man set up on the forecheck here, and Qualiata will lose it. Now ahead to Tice, kicked it back. McElhaney will get it as the Pointers turn it over here. Goslin coming, ripping a shot. That's deflected wide. Tice after it on the far side. A big collision there, and Tice will dig it free, carves it ahead to Qualiata. Ahead he goes. Here's Logan Fredericks. Corner. Qualiata sends a shot. Watch out here. Stout will have a breakaway. Vladislav Sorokin coming in. He'll come back. Backhanded shot. Eli Billing turns it aside. Sorokin gets the rebound. Pointers back the other way. May have a 2-on-1. McElhaney on the left wing comes in. He's with Zek. And that goes wide. How many times do you see it, Sean? A big save on one end leads to a chance on the other end, and a hand pass or closing the hand of the puck, either or. 5:04 to go in the first. We'll get a whistle and a face-off back in the Stout end.
You think that big breakaway save is going to do some confidence for Eli Billing? He needed that one. Nice job as Logan Fredericks went forehand, backhand, and the puck just jumped off his stick at the last second. Otherwise, it's 2-0 Stevens Point. And then on the other side, a great leg save with the big pillow pad for Eli Billing to keep the Pointers up by 1.
Off the face-off, it's Ryan McKellar with a puck for Stevens Point. Far wall, Austin Kelly tried to get it free, bounces through Wes Ashley. He'll regroup, he's back with Drew McLean. McLean coming right up the middle now to near side, able to muscle it out. Now Ashley back to get it as the forechecking pressure continuing here for the Blue Devils, and Stevens Point, Austin Kelly able to work through it, but Hunter Anderson picks it back up near side. Lucas Carroll will send it deep. Ashley ahead to McKellar, ahead to Kelly. Try to stick lift to get an advantage on a defender, and Stout with it sends it back in. Just under 4.5 minutes to go in the first. Stevens Point a 1-0 lead. Colin Raver ahead to Austin Kelly finally. And Stevens Point changing here. McLean forces it wide on the far side. Stick check there. And centering pass by Stout comes back. Brennan Miller will get it ahead to Kelly O'Brien with some speed. Through center ice, he cuts to the right wing. Here he comes. Clears it out to the far corner. Boy, Kelly O'Brien, Sean, another guy close to pulling the trigger here. Brennan Miller, defender blows a tire, 3-on-3. He'll bring it in the knee. Miller cut to the left. Kelly O'Brien thought he was coming to the right. We'll get a whistle and an offside.
Approaching the end of the first period, Hobbs-Tommy 0-0 between Northland and Eau Claire, and it is 1-0 Superior as they take in the early 1-0 lead at 35 seconds of the first period.
Jordan
Martin scores the goal.
All right. Off the face-off. Here is Stout through the neutral zone. Jordan Fader pokes that one free as he will rip it high. Kitchen will make a save and hang on. 3:31 to go here in the third. Sean, we'll have Terry Watkins, the Blue Devil head coach, coming up, and I think he's got to be pretty thrilled here with the effort of Brendan Kitchen. He said they've had a couple of games where 4 shots on goal in and they're down to 3 rips.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So Northey back to Qualiata toward the net, and the face-off. Wilson Northey far side with a shot. Kitchen is saving that. Pointers did a special edition teal based with teal numbers outlined in purple or gray.
Gray.
Either way.
You're struggling.
There was a lot of guessing going on, that's for sure. So I feel much more confident.
Yeah, you got it tonight?
With how things are back to normal here. So 3:19 to go in the first. 1-0 the Stevens Point lead. Carter Rue, and right off the draw, shot. What, stick save there by Kitchen. Got it up and out. 7 defensemen dressed for Stout here tonight. 7D for the Pointers, sort of. All right, Carter Rue off the face-off. Blue Devils send it out off the far wall toward Alex Nagel. Nagel works around Qualiata. We see Qualiata and Corrali out here at the same time. So stick lift here, poked free again. Here's Wilson Northey at center ice, trying to get some space. Stout intercepting, and they'll come back the other way with Evan Butcher. Butcher tried to walk through Zach Zek. He'll force him wide and then tie his stick up. I think very lucky he didn't get a hooking call there. Stout brings it out high. Kick down, far side, shot golf toward. Eli Billing makes a save. Rebound to the far corner. Jake Tice up. McElhaney will get it. He'll come with some speed out on the right wing. Zek and Fredericks ahead. They'll feed it to Zek. Back to McElhaney. He'll put the brakes on. Jams it in front. Kitchen with Stagan and taken away by Zach Zek. Zek coming in far side, tries to go deep to Fredericks. They had a nice little give and go set up there. Now McElhaney jams it deep. That hit the referee in the far corner.
It did.
Or Logan Fredericks, either or. McElhaney reaches for it again, now gets it to Zek again. Zek a little step off and frees it up, but Stout got it and sent it deep. Wes Ashley gets bumped. Stevens Point was off sides. Stout will go rink wide on the far side that Ashley will intercept as he stepped in front of Raphael Goslin. Up the near side. Goslin out of Quebec. Alberta. Sorokin out of St. Petersburg, Russia. Pile up on the far side, Colin Raver. Stout, I think, wanted a penalty there for at minimum interference. Now Drew McLean a little slow on the draw. Shot, that's labeled high. Far side, Raver may get it. 2-on-2 with McKellar. Right wing, Raver brings it in. McKellar to the front of the net.
.914 with Danny Corrali's 4th of the year, and done a nice job controlling offensively as well. Not out shooting the Blue Devils 17-7 here in the first period. So you're getting the shots on goal, and you really like the jump in Logan Fredericks, Tom. He is getting super close to getting.
He scored a goal last weekend, right? Conrad chips it deep to O'Brien. So come around. Yeah, Logan Fredericks still looking for his first of the year. Brennan Miller cleared out. Kelly leaves it back for Conrad. Conrad ahead. Austin Kelly on the right wing. Now it comes to Brennan Miller. A little nifty pass. O'Brien jams it right in front of the net. Boy, if this was the St. Thomas game, that's a double minor. Slashing. But near corner. Final 30 seconds ticking away. Conrad will hold it in the near side. Sends it deep again. Kelly O'Brien trying to win a battle and free it up to Brennan Miller here. Miller steps in. Now finally gets it. Miller comes away with it. Shields from the puck, now reverses, near corner, O'Brien. He'll come right in front of the net. Little give and go with Austin Kelly at his stick tied up. Now Miller runs more traffic on the far side, and Stout will pull it back. I think they thought about a last-second charge. They will not. They will hold off, and the first period will come to an end. Danny Corrales. I think after the first 4 or 5 minutes, really they did get it going, and the possession, Stout really brought the kitchen sink with 2 forecheckers hard there early on, and I think once the Pointers kind of figured that out and settled in on a couple things here, they were in much better shape as they coast through the mid to later stages of that first period. Is now joined by Pointers assistant coach Ethan Strong, and I told Sean with about 2 minutes ago, I'm very interested to see Coach Strong's take on the first period there. I thought, you kind of banged off some rust there in the first couple of minutes, but, really from about the 5-6 minute mark on, I think you really got things going the way you wanted to, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so too. Like you said, the first 4 or 5 minutes there, they were down in our zone more than we would have liked, but we gave us that one breakaway too, so that wasn't the best. But overall, I think the period was pretty good.
They're bringing 2 forecheckers after you hard, aren't they? What do you got to do to break that?
I think the key to that is just making a good first pass, right? Our forwards have got to get back and help our D support our D, and the D's got to make a good pass to beat those 2 forecheckers, and we'll be out and we'll have odd man rushes the rest of the game.
How big was that breakaway save by Eli? It's got to do a ton for his confidence, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. So obviously it keeps the game at 1-0 instead of 1-1 going into the first period or the first period intermission. So
I thought the other thing you're doing, you're getting to the net. You're having some rebound chances as well. Yep.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Our forwards are driving to the net a little bit more than I think I've seen all year. So I think I guess that's good for us to be doing that, getting to the dirty areas.
All right, keep up the pace here. Is that really?
Yeah, we just got to keep pushing on them and get the puck in their zone and get more shots in the goal.
Play clean with puck possession is really the key to this whole thing.
And not take too many men penalties like that. That's going to kill us here down the road if we keep doing that. But.
All right, well, like I said, you're on notice here.
Yeah,
so. You are. All right, Pointers assistant coach Ethan Strong. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to grab a break. We'll come back with the first period recap. Plus, still to come, conversation with Blue Devils coach Terry Watkins. That's on the way as well. 1-0 Stevens Point after 1. Back with our first intermission and a first period recap here on the Pointer Sports Network.
Marshfield Clinic Health System is making access to care easier, and we're making it easier to get care quickly in Stevens Point.
His sister dared him to put mac and cheese up his nose. Oh no! So, urgent care? Yep, urgent care.
Urgent Care, now open in Stevens Point. Visit marshfieldclinic.org/Stevens Point to learn more.
Oh, Mom!
Attention winter sports enthusiasts! The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are now open for registration. Go to badgerstategames.org for information about our 24 winter events to compete in. Classic events like alpine, Nordic, curling, and figure skating. Anyone can compete. Hockey, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, and ski jumping. Participate in non-traditional events like fat tire bike racing, cornhole, and pickleball. Or how about e-games, CrossFit, or martial arts? Go to badgerstategames.org. The Badger State Games are for all ages with any type of athletic ability. Compete for gold, silver, and bronze medals in the sport you love and create traditions and memories to last a lifetime. Go to badgerstategames.org to register and like us on Facebook. The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are brought to you by these proud sponsors: Marshfield Clinic, Habish and Rotier, UW Stevens Point, Wausau Central Wisconsin Sports Authority, and Sunrise Broadcasting.
Taco Bell is a proud supporter of Pointers Athletics. Open early with breakfast hours, and if you find yourself out and about late at night, you can still order at their drive-thru. You can find your nearby Taco Bell on Division Street and Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Plover Road in Plover. Want to skip the line inside? Order online for your favorite menu items, including classic burritos and tacos, and new favorites like the Crunchwrap Supreme, Fiesta Taco Salad, and Chalupa Supreme. If you're looking for a delicious choice for Mexican-inspired food, live Mas with Taco Bell.
All right, back here at KB Will Arena, Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon. It is our first intermission. Stevens Point leading UW-Stout by a score of 1-0. Danny Corrali with his 4th goal of the season, assisted by Logan Fredericks. And the time of that goal was 9:14 of the first period. Stevens Point out shooting Stout 14-4 in that first period. Stevens Point attempting 18 shots, and Stout just 7 for the period. So moving along, each team a crack on the power play. They went 0 for 1 and really didn't generate a whole lot of activity, either team there, Sean, with a man advantage.
Oh no, both power plays were a little tough there, but that takes a good penalty killing, Tommy. We talked about it during the first period, how 5 of the 6 teams in the WIAC and penalty kill in the country is in the top 20. So all the teams know in this conference you got to kill penalties, and they all do it very, very well, including the Pointers.
All right, so we will start 5-on-5 here in period number 2. Other scores, and we've got some early head scratchers here, my friend.
Okay.
Go figure, River Falls would counter and tie Superior. All bets are off in that game.
Yeah.
That could be a 7-6 special. Who knows what will come there. So 1-1 there. Northland with a late goal in the first period at top-ranked Eau Claire, leading the Blue Golds by a score of 1-0. In the MIAC, 1 period in the books at Augsburg, St. Olaf leading the 8th-ranked Augies 1-0. And in Concordia Moorhead, the Cobbers with a 2-1 lead over St. Thomas after 1 period there. But wait, there's more. NCHA 6th-ranked Adrian at home, 2 periods in the books. They trail St. Scholastica 2-1. And the battle of the receiving vote teams, Aurora and Marion, are scoreless. So those are the scores we have in other NCHA games tonight. 11th-ranked MSOE is at Finlandia. Finlandia is on a tear here.
They're rolling.
4-1-1 in their last 6 games, something like that. Lake Forest is at Lawrence, and Concordia, Wisconsin at St. Norbert. They're basically all playing home and home, with the exception of Adrian, St. Scholastica, and MSOE Finlandia. Other games in the MIC, no report yet. Bethel is at Hamlin. St. Mary's is at Gustavus. WIC women, only 1 game on the weekend tomorrow night.
Okay.
Going to be at IceHawks Arena, and Ninneman and the Pointers, 7 o'clock. At IceHawks Arena, they will host Northland. So Pointers will be at the Northland men tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Women will be here. Also understand from Sports Information Director and Assistant Athletic Director Tim Bowen that the Pointer women are going to host a Chinese national team on Sunday night. I believe 5:30 at IceHawks Arena. So came in. I know
Very
former
cool.
Pointer coach Brian Adulski
He's
is
coaching
coaching a pro team
the
in
Olympic team
China
or something like that.
So not sure if there's a connection made there, but apparently they're based out of Minnesota somehow and making a swing
Very
through.
cool.
So, I believe that's at 5:30. We'll confirm that. But if you got nothing to do,
head out.
Why not check that out at IceHawks Arena? Badgers, their final series of the first half. I think they're ready to just get to the holiday break, get out of here. They're down 3-rip at Michigan State. So Gibby would be very happy.
Gibby would be very happy, yes.
So, yes, here, 1-0 Stevens Point after 1 period. We'll take a break when we come back. Had a great conversation with one of our favorites, Blue Devils head coach Terry Watkins. That's coming up here. After this timeout, you're listening to Pointers Hockey on the Pointer Sports Network.
Sure Tire and Service, get your car done right. Big town savings with a small town smile. State of the art Goodyear service keeps you going mile after mile. We're working to earn your trust. You can count on us. Sure Tire and Service, get your car done right.
UWSP Athletics would like to thank Century World, a valued sponsor of Pointers Athletics. Nestled in the heart of central Wisconsin, Century World is a great place to hold your next event. With breathtaking facilities coupled with a wide variety of packages and amenities to deliver an exceptional experience with first-class service. And with an award-winning 18-hole golf course with rolling greens to the famous Flower Hole, Century World consistently ranks as one of the best destination golf courses in the nation. For more information, visit centuryworld.com. Continue with our Pointer hockey coverage on the Pointer Sports Network. Tonight, Pointer's hosting UW-Stout at KB Willett Arena. Back to WIC play. We talk now with head coach Terry Watkins. And, Coach, off to another grind here. You've gone through a weekend of WIC play. I'm sure you're like everybody else. You have some answers, you have some questions, and still trying to figure some things out, right?
We have more questions than we have answers, believe me.
Yeah.
So it's been a tough start.
Yeah.
We've had, last week we got a win and a loss, but we've had a pretty slow start.
Yeah. Anything in particular that's contributing, or is it just kind of one of those things that just trying to figure out a way to get a break here?
Goaltending has not been good. It's kind of the same thing that you guys are suffering through. We had a couple nights where they take 4 shots, opponent takes 4 shots, and we're down 3-0 after 4 shots. And but our kids have battled back. We've been down a number of times, 3-4 goals, and come back to tie. And so we're young, but we'll see. I got a good group of kids, but we're not there yet.
I know you're tapping the local talent here. I say Eagle River kid, Kobe Keller here. We know here from Stevens Point, and there's good talent in this area, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. There really is. Adam Kressel from Eagle is a great kid. He's a senior for us. Played in the North American League. Will graduate, unfortunately, this year. And Kobe Keller from this area, we love the kid. He's a good kid. He's a good hockey player. He's a good team guy.
As you come through here, we've seen, the parity that this year it seems like we've seen some good teams up here and there and now, but it just seems those middle of the pack teams are cranking it up a couple of notches. Would you agree from what you've seen so far?
Without question. I mean, you look at the MIAC, you look at our league, you look at the other league. There's no bad teams anymore. There's just so many more kids playing. Yeah. And if you look at rosters, 10 years ago we didn't have Russians and Finns and Swedes and a boatload of Canadians, and now you've got 2 or 3 Russians and Finns and Swedes. On a 30-man roster, you've got 7 or 8 foreign kids. Well, that's 7 or 8 better kids. It's just deeper. And there's better coaching, I think, too. I think you take a look at it, and I think you look around the league, and I think there's some awfully good coaches, a lot of good young coaches.
And they're doing the extra step to get better, which is almost contagious of sorts, isn't it?
Without question. And I think you look at the number of junior leagues here in the U.S. and Canada. It's just you get letters every day, and you look at what league, and it's like you could spend hours every day watching these different leagues and try to compare them. So
obviously a new look for the WIAC here with Northland coming in. I know you do a lot of work with helping with the schedule and getting things set here. I guess your thoughts on bringing that new team in and how things frame up.
Well, I think it's great. And I hope we get the other 2 that we're talking with right now and get it up to 7 or 8. But I think it's great for us. I really do. And with the MIAC interlock, that works out so well for all of us. And points close to the other teams here in the NCHA. So I think it's really great right now. You look at the number of teams in our area that have good hockey. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I think really from a travel standpoint, you can't beat this area. As you said, it's not a huge burden with a lot.
Have an overnight this year. Yeah. We do not have an overnight, and I've coached for 35 years, and I don't know that I've ever had a year where we didn't have an overnight. No, I do the schedules. That's true, yeah. There might be something with that, but seriously,
some of us will be protesting about that. We like going on the road.
Yeah, but it's. There's just so many more schools have had it over the years, that didn't have it 15 or 20 years ago, and it's great. It's good for our area.
Focus for your fellas here, a couple weekends here to, really kind of give yourself a kickstart to set yourself up for the second half. Is that the way you look at it?
I think, we need to get a couple wins out of our next 4. Yeah, I have to be realistic. I'd love to win 4 games, but I don't know that that's realistic with our club. But I think if we've just got to keep taking little steps. I don't think we're going to take a giant step any weekend, but we've got a good group of kids. They work hard. They're great kids. We're just a little young and a little inexperienced, and I think our eyes get pretty big in some situations, and that's that just takes some time.
You're on the injured list here. You've cut into your holiday golf plans, huh?
Well, at least I don't have to play golf next weekend. I'm good with that. So another couple months, I'll be fine. I'll be able to hit it.
Well, hopefully you're on the mend, and good luck here this weekend and down the stretch.
Thank you very much.
All right, Stout head coach Terry Watkins. Stay tuned. More coming up on the Pointer Sports Network.
Marshfield Clinic Health System is making access to care easier, and we're making it easier to get care quickly in Stevens Point.
His sister dared him to put mac and cheese up his nose. Oh no! So, urgent care? Yeah, urgent care.
Urgent Care, now open in Stevens Point. Visit marshfieldclinic.org/Stevens Point to learn more.
Oh, Mom!
Hey, hockey fans, are you looking for a game changer when it comes to your career? With Skyward, not only are you joining a winning team, but you'll help put powerful data in the hands of leaders who shape the lives of over 6 million students. As a 2017-2018 Bubbler Award recipient, Skyward is one of the top 10 best places to work for young professionals, where innovation, collaboration, and fun are part of our culture. Right now, Skyward is hiring qualified people for programming and customer service positions. So make your next goal a career at Skyward by checking skyward.com/careers.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena, Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon, ready for the start of period number 2. Eli Billing, 4 saves in that first period, while Brennan Kitchen made 13 saves. I thought he made some big saves for them, especially up close. 18 shot attempts for the Pointers, so 14-4 are the shots on goal through one period as we will get set. Zek, McKellar, Raver, McElhaney, and Qualiata as we started. Same, it's Kressel, Carroll, Anderson, Scar, and Chambers for the Blue Devils. Our face-off brought to you by Miller Lite as the Blue Devils control, and they will dump a backhander in around to the far side. Pinballing pass on the far side. McKellar got a piece of as Alex Scar tried to play it ahead. Into the far corner it goes. Chipped away by McElhaney. And glove down to the far side. McElhaney will poke for it again. Zek with it. He'll force it to the far corner. Wait, nice job to use the glass to get it out. Poked ahead. McKellar jammed up. Here's Colin Raver one-on-one. Raver coming. He'll go to the far corner. And Raver gets hammered into the end board. And back through to the neutral zone. Intercepted by up, and ahead it goes McElhaney. McElhaney to Zek. He'll leave it back to McElhaney. Tried to center it and slide it through, but nothing there. Stout will get it. Back the other way they come. Evan Butcher. Butcher coming. Send it out high to the far side. Shot through traffic, hit a body. Zek will get to it. Half wall on the far side. Backhander ahead for Miller. Here's Kelly O'Brien after a rolling puck, but nice job there by Stout and Alex Stuckert to clear it out. Now O'Brien back with it. Back in the neutral zone. Far side to Corrali at center ice. He's knocked off the play. Stout intercepts. Brennan Miller got a piece of it ahead. Here's Carter Rue, 2-on-2. Rue coming, firing a shot. Kitchen makes the save, and he'll hang on.
Good save by Kitchen. Tommy, nice read by Carter Rue coming in late as the Pointers ran some traffic at the offensive blue line, able to turn over the Blue Devils, and off to the races they went. Good shot by Carter Rue. Get the Pointers going here in the second period.
18:21 to go here in the second period. If you're just joining us, Danny Corrali with his 4th of the season. That at the 9:14 mark of period number 1. Now here's Carter Rue, feeds it back. Wes Ashley. Back to Rue behind the net. Nifty job to get it free to Logan Fredericks. Fredericks goes back door and right into the midsection of Jake Tice. Corrali with it. He'll go with Rue. Coming in front, chips it. Shot, save made. Fought off by Kitchen. And a rebound to the near side. Stout, rink-wide pass, tip free. Corrali intercepting. Almost lost the handle on it. Got it ahead. Here comes Fredericks, 2-on-1. Fredericks coming. Beautiful pass just out of the reach of Carter Rue. Tice will get it. Keep it alive to the far corner. McLean coming right to the front of the net. But Fredericks gets rubbed out on the far side. Around it comes near side. And here's Fredericks walking free to Tice, coming back in front. Fredericks tried to lift it up. Glove save made by Kitchen. Beautiful little give and go between Jake Tice and Logan Fredericks. Sean, you've said it.
He's so close, Tommy. Just one. You feel like if Logan gets one, it's gonna break the dam open and it'll come in bunches. Generally, that's how he scores goals. But man, again, it's a 3rd or 4th time tonight he's been on the doorstep for this first of the season and has gotten denied by Kitchens.
That's a nice glove save.
It was a great glove save.
Mikey Butcher out there for the Pointers. Boy, up in the... had to glove it down, kind of deflected off a defender, and a nice job to keep the play in front of him. Now McLean after it. Butcher charging into the far side. Wilson Northey back to help out. It is Austin Kelly to the far corner. Butcher in to help out. Mikey Butcher, freshman out there for Stevens Point. Bouncing pass off the far wall. Nothing lead. They'll get possession of the puck and jam it out into the neutral zone. Connor Chambers bumped by Fader. It's loose at center ice. And Alex Scar coming up. Wilson Northey runs some traffic for him on the far side. Stout will backhand it in. Boy, slapping was Adam Kressel. Now had his pocket picked. He's able to clear it up the middle and just miss Ryan McKellar. Boy, that was now McKellar hustling to get to the hash mark, so no icing call. Now they'll come back through. Kelly runs some traffic. Hunter Anderson giving a rough ride on the far side. Kelly, nice job to keep it in. He'll keep it going up the far wall. Now Stout will poke it free. Little reverse back by Lucas Carroll to bring it ahead. Got a man coming to the net. Forced it wide to the near corner. Kicked ahead. Here's McKellar. Rink wide for Raver on the far side. Raver, far half wall, and will keep it going there. Now here comes McElhaney in. Poked away from him. Stout will get it. They're going to have a 2-on-1 back the other way. Qualiata hustling. McElhaney hustling on the back check as well. Back through to the middle. Bouncing puck is cleared wide by the Pointers into the far corner. Zek will get it to McElhaney, and he'll clear it out and up on the far side. They're going to wave off icing here, and they will as it rolls, and Zek in the forecheck, tried to get a piece of it. Now gloved down behind the net by Stout. They'll feed it back to the near wall through the neutral zone. Brennan Miller back to get it. Pointers kick it out hard, and Stout sends with it, trying to feed it ahead to Corrali on the near side. Here's Danny Corrali in. He'll dump to Zek. Zek hammering a shot, hit a defender on the way through, and then trickles in on Kitchen, and he'll hang on. Now Kelly O'Brien in a little hugging match here to the side of the net. That, boy, Kelly O'Brien is just hanging there here, and trying to see if we can get a number here. It's a pair of nines, right? Yeah. So it's Evan Butcher.
And Butcher and
O'Brien.
O'Brien.
See if Jeremy Klobuchar brings anybody off here. Nope, I think he's shaking his head no, and we're good to go. 15:23 to go here in period number 2. Pointer Hockey brought to you by Taco Bell. Live Moss with Taco Bell.
Both teams, Tommy, both players tangled up pretty good as Kelly O'Brien went in looking for the loose change, and Butcher did not like that at all. A couple chops both ways, but nothing comes of it. We'll get a face-off here in the Pointers' offensive end.
Now Butcher will get tossed out of the face-off circle, so Carter Rue pushes it ahead. Landon Lushenko turns it around. And here's a 2-on-1 again, back the other way. By Jake Tice. And it's tipped somewhere, so no icing, they will say. Now they play out on the far side. Corrali bouncing puck, couldn't get to it, and might be another. Yeah, Stout struggling with it on the far side. Verstegen sends side, diving effort by Carter Rue to poke it out. Center ice, it's Tice. Tice will come in. Fredericks cuts behind him. Chipped away. Verstegen with it. Tried to send it ahead. And boy, Point's doing a good job of mucking up the neutral zone here to not get anything clear through for the Blue Devils. As Tice, a backhander in, he will come off. Wilson Northey on. McLean reaching for it, and a laser beam into the roof on the far side. Goes up and out of play. 14:25 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Stevens Point.
You know, the other thing they're doing good job, a better job of they did last weekend with this system, Tommy, is that fourth forward is doing a great job of getting back and taking away the 2-on-1. A couple times here in the second period, the Pointers got caught. You can look at Luke McElhaney, Carter Rue coming back on the back check and taking away 2-on-1s at the offensive blue line for the opponent.
All right, off the face-off, here's Jordan Fader with a nifty power move to get it ahead side of the net. Wilson Northey tries to jam at it. Now they try to carve it up the other way, and it's intercepted by Stout. On the right wing, Lucas Carroll brings it in. He's forced wide. Here's Austin Kelly whipping it through. Here's Jordan Fader coming back, but boy, pretty good job here by Alex Scar in the back check to prevent it there. Now Ashley will throw it out in front of the net. Northey gives some traffic on the far side, but Stout able to get it out. Through on the near side, poked away from Connor Chambers. He'll send it deep now. Wait for it. Now he'll try to send it back to the middle. And here's McLean. Turnover forced. Riley Jensen coming. Puts the brakes on. Wilson Northey forces that out high. He'll kick it and keep it going the other way. 2-on-1 with Zek. Wilson Northey waiting. He'll pull. Fires it in front. Zek redirected. Shot in the goal. Beautiful patience from Wilson Northey to draw it through a defender. Fed it in front to Zek. Zek, who taps it home. Zek is 5th of the year. It's 2-0 Stevens Point.
Great patience by both players, Tommy. Nice win again, just like the Pointers' first goal of the night. Wilson Northey wins a battle at the defensive blue line, carries the puck through the neutral zone, and then waits for that late pass. And the one-timer tip by Zach Zek knocks it past Kitchen, and the Pointers are leading 2-0.
So Zek will get credit for the goal from Wilson Northey at 6:35 here in the second period. So 2-0 is the Stevens Point lead. McElhaney tripped down in the play.
Penalty coming up.
Penalty call coming up here against the Blue Devils, and they will touch it up here. So right off the face-off, Sean, they take down Luke McElhaney, and Stevens Point will head to the Goose on Main power play for the second time here tonight.
Can't do that off a face-off, Tommy. It's going to be a hooking call on the Blue Devils. And the Pointers will be off to their second Goose on Main power play of the night. Jensen goes to the box. 2 minutes for hooking for the Blue Devils. Power play for the Pointers.
Basically, Sean, Pointers here. We mentioned this Saturday. They're doing a nice job on faceoffs. They've won 20 out of 30 faceoffs here tonight. And McElhaney, of course, on cue, loses this one, but the Pointers take it away. Goose on Main power play for the Pointers. McElhaney, backdoor far side out of the reach of a stretching McReynolds. He'll go to Raver behind the net. Too far for McElhaney. McLean with it. Nifty little backhand pass to McElhaney. He's going to come right in. He picks a shot, and Kitchen makes a save. And boy, you give Luke McElhaney that much space, you better make a glove save.
Tight angle for Luke, trying to beat him up under the crossbar on the near side. Tom, and a good glove save by Kitchen, as Colin Raver was in an absolute battle with a stout defender, and using that as a little bit of a screen. Tom, nice little shot by Luke McElhaney. Like this power play unit. Yeah. This one in particularly does a good job. Last weekend they got back to basics and just started moving the puck all around and got some good scoring opportunities.
Off the draw, Raver to it on the near side with McElhaney. McElhaney will leave it out high to McLean. A little hot, he gets it back. Shot fired, just went through. Now Logan Fredericks to the rebound on the near side. Tried to center it to McLean. He'll come, feeds it far wall to McReynolds. He'll throw it toward the front of the net. Shot blocked there by the Blue Devils. Pointers will reset in the far side. Here comes Raver coming in, backhanded shot, and then Raver runs the goaltender over, and now Fredericks battling in there, and that'll get everybody riled up here. But the question is,
they're going to take nope, they're going to take both, Tommy. It looked like.
But here's the question: do they get Colin Raver for making contact with the goaltender originally?
I don't think so.
As get everybody fired up here.
And yep, so Anderson and Freddie will go to the box, Tom, and keep the power play in place.
Yeah. So, what are we going to have? A little 4-on-3 action here, perhaps?
Woo!
Or will they I suppose they'll match them up, right? So, Pointer Hockey brought to you by Stevens Point Orthopedics, specializing in getting you back to what matters most. 500 Vincent Street, Stevens Point. Tell you what, Colin Raver gave a pretty good shot there to Brendan Kitchen. Did. But I wonder if he was pushed from behind, because he was kind of upright. So they'll come in. Terry Watkins wants a pretty good explanation of what's going on here. So we'll stay at 5-on-4, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. None of the penalties go up on the board.
Yep. So they'll match them up. 12:33 to go in the second period. Stevens Point with 1:18 remaining in a Goose on Main power play and a 2-0 lead. O'Brien after it in the near corner. Carter Rue slides it out high to Qualiata along the blue line. And it's Danny Corrali. Scored the Pointer first goal. Rue out high to Qualiata. Back to Rue on the far side. He'll go in. Corrali centering pass. Kicked wide there by Stout, but Qualiata regains control. Now he'll go in the middle to Zek, far side to Corrali. Corrali back near side. O'Brien with a shot. That's blocked by Stout. Rebound to Corali on the far side. Kicks it in front for Zek, and that's turned aside. Boy, Qualiata with a dangerous spinning pass here with a forechecker coming in shorthanded. They'll get it to Corali. He'll calm it down with 35 to go on the Guzan main power play. Through the neutral zone, Kelly O'Brien to the right wing. He'll come in. O'Brien, he'll come right in front. Shot fired. Kitchen with a save and hangs on. This kid is just not giving up any space, Sean.
Nope, he's holding strong. As that time Kelly O'Brien uses that big frame and gets around the Blue Devil defender and tries to get a sharp angled shot on Kitchen, trying to get it up and over the shoulder. So just 27 seconds left in the Pointers' second power play of the night here with Zach Zek taking the face-off.
All right, so Pointers Qualiata. Saucer pass to Corali in the middle. Zach with a shot. Kitchen with a save again.
Good save.
Yep.
Didn't leave any rebound there either, Tommy. It was a nice little shot as Zek was able to find some room in the slot right between the hash marks there and shot it right into the gut of Kitchen. Zeker probably is trying to pick a corner in that scenario, but comes off and hits him right in the chest. No rebound. Another offensive zone face-off for the Pointers.
All right, here's Stevens Point. Qualiata off the face-off. Slides it to O'Brien along the blue line near side. They'll come in right. Zek with a shot and a goal. Boy, you can't set it up much better than that. Back-to-back goals for Zek. This one in the Guzan main power play extends the Stevens Point lead to 3-0.
And he just kept the puck along the ice. Good tic-tac-toe passing by Zeker. And the Pointer power play finds Zek right in the middle of the ice again. Down low, kept it along the ice on Kitchen. Beat him 5-hole. Kitchen actually thought he saved it, Tom, and it trickled across the goal line, and it's 3-0 Pointers.
All right, 6th of the year for Zek and 2nd of the night. As we approach the midway point of this matchup, Austin Kelly jams it down at center ice, and they'll try to push it right ahead. Near side, Kelly pokes it in. He'll try to bring it in here on the near side, and Stout will get it. And, now it's poked away toward the side of the net. Pointers turn it over. Austin Kelly with a shot. Kitchen with a save, and then another save on the rebound from Austin Kelly. And a pile up in front of the net. Sean, the Pointers for the first time are really getting that forecheck clamped down.
Yes, they are.
On the Blue Devils.
Yes, they are. We haven't seen this in a couple weeks here, Tom, where the Pointers have really starting to push the pace, get things moving in their offensive end, and putting all the pressure on the Stout defensive group. And it's all Stevens Point here early on.
Follow the UW Eau Claire Hockey Twitter feed?
I do.
It's pretty entertaining.
It is. They get some good one-liners going back and forth.
We'll get to it in a second here as Stevens Point off the draw, back to McLean. Fires shot into the netting, and they're trailing Northland right now in their current mood assessment, like finding 9 nuggets in a 10-pack. So, I like that assessment.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is. Hey, while we have it, quick belated happy birthday to the best treasure in the land of the Blue Line Club.
Oh, you bet.
Teddy Francis.
Chicago
selling me another losing 50-50 ticket.
Yeah.
A guarantee. So, it's all about donation. Right?
You Blackhawk fans stick together, too.
Oh, yes, we do. All right, clicked out of the zone. I was going to give you a ticket, but not anymore. Shot fired. Ooh, it bounced through on Eli Billing on the far side. Now it is Drew McLean with it for Stevens Point. He'll go to Wilson Northey. Cuts on the right wing. Northey coming in, firing a shot. Kitchen with a save there. Rebound to the far boards. Jordan Fader sends the Pointers really taking control of this one here. Shot to the side of the net, bounces off. Fader tried to center it again. Stout will get it off the glass, and Austin Kelly's going to get an interference call here, or I'm not sure whatever else. That was a dangerous play there, Sean.
Yeah.
As Lucas Carroll came out, you cannot take that penalty if you're Austin Kelly.
No, that's going to be interference at the very least, Tommy, as that's what it will be. So power play chance upcoming here for the Blue Devils. Their second of the night. Just, you can't take that penalty, Tom. You got to be smarter than that. And that's exactly what Coach Krieger and Coach Strong have been telling this team, that bad penalties end up in the back of your net. And you have full control of this hockey game. You crack the door open a little bit for the Blue Devils.
All right, 10:24 to go here. Stout on the power play for the second time here tonight. Rough through, and that comes all the way out of the zone. Back to get it, Noah Carson. Carson to Goslin. Goslin leaves it back, and it's Carson ahead with some Stevens Point a 3-0 lead. Now watch out here. Bouncing puck. Through some traffic, will reach out and cover it up. The Pointers avert disaster here on the penalty kill.
What do we talk about? That's what happened last Saturday night, Tommy, where the Pointers take a couple bad penalties, too many men on the ice, a bad penalty in your offensive end.
And it ends sloppy clear.
Yeah, and it ends up in the back of your net. Luckily, Eli was on his game there, on his toes, able to make a couple good saves, and finally able to cover the puck up and get the stoppage in play.
All right, midway through at River Falls, Superior has tallied again, so they are up 2-1 over River Falls. St. Scholastica has increased their lead over Adrian to 3-1 midway through the third, and Marion on the board with a 1-0 lead at Aurora. As they'll joust around here before the face-off here. And Stout with it here, minute 20 remaining in the man advantage. They go deep to the far corner. Half wall on the far side, look to center. Back to the far corner. With it here, now they'll blister it out high to Chambers. Get it, and he'll send it down the length of the ice. Chambers tried to pick it out of midair. Colin Raver in, gloves it down, short-handed on the far side. He'll maintain possession of it and looks to kick it back the other way. Raver will come in and send it deep. Well, you want your specialty teams to be a difference maker. Power play goal here for the Pointers so far, and Colin Raver causing some havoc short-handed. Wilson Northey on the far side. Jordan Fader and Tristan Conrad will get there and dump it up. What shot? Wilson Northey getting an increase
penalty
in
coming
here.
Up on the Stout.
Penalty call coming up here against the Blue Devils. Turn around. And a wraparound attempt there by Jordan Fader. And there's Jordan Fader not giving up on the puck, Sean. He'll draw a holding call here, and we'll go 4-on-4 for 27 seconds.
And that's pure effort, Tommy. He wins a 50-50 battle at the defensive blue line and then just beats the Stout defender to the offensive blue line, forced a holding call. Otherwise, it's a shorthanded breakaway for the Pointers. 4-on-4 for 27 seconds, and then the Pointers will be off to their third power play of the night.
All right, so... Well, Sean Augsburg took 33 seconds of the second period to get even, and they now lead it 2-1 over St. Olaf. Back the other way, Qualiata had it, lost it, steered it toward Luke McElhaney, who brings it back the other way. 4-on-4. Here is Zach bouncing, looking for the hat trick here, and far corner it goes. McKellar with it again. Loose around to the near side, comes to the captain, Adam Kressel. For the Blue Devils, Pointers poke it into the neutral zone again. Pointers now on a Guzan Main power play for a minute and a half. So it's McElhaney ahead. Too strong for Kelly O'Brien. Stout looks to flip it back in. Zek got a piece of it on the way through. He and Hunter Anderson collide on the near side, and Eli Billing will clear it to Qualiata behind the net. They'll come after him. He'll shed a defender through a stick check up onto the right wing to McElhaney. Boy, an errant stick from the Stout bench almost clipped McElhaney as they retrieved a glove that was on the ice. Now on the near side, O'Brien will try to dig it out. Stout hammering for it. Logan Fredericks barreling in there. I really like Logan Fredericks' game here. Ryan circling around. They'll get it to him. Here comes Fredericks on the left wing. Fredericks coming in, gets around. He'll go to the net. Now back around, throws it. It hit the back of the net, went straight up in the air, right to Hunter Anderson, who will just wait his time and then feather it deep off the back of a defender. Point. 35 to go in the Guzan Main power play. Colin Raver in with Fredericks on the near side. Carter Rue wide open. They slide it to him. Cleared out nicely by Stout. Big collision here into the near corner. McLean reaching for it. Can't hold it in. 25 to go in the man advantage. Off the far wall for Rue. Rue coming in with Fredericks. He'll feather it in, but cleared out by Stout. Now near corner, Raver. Raver looks to center. Tied up by a defender. Fredericks in to help out. Fredericks coming off here as Kelly O'Brien will come. They'll bring it out high to McLean. McLean hammers a shot. Double deflection there. Raver lets it go to Jordan Fader. He'll chip it right in front. Steered wide. Kitchen with a save. Rebound loose. Another save. Scramble here. Referee lost sight of the puck.
Yep.
And Stout gets a break here.
Pointer bench won't like that, Tommy, as the puck was clear as day where we're standing where the Pointer bench is. But Jeremy Klobuchar down low below the goal line lost it, and I think we got a penalty. Now they're going to take both. Tommy, some
What do we got?
stick work between Jordan Fader and a Blue Devil.
It is Noah Carson.
Noah and Carson, they'll match both of those guys up, and they'll both go to the boxes. We get a little snarl in this hockey game. Coach Watkins looking at his youngster saying, what are you doing? We'll see what the penalties are coming up here, as I would assume a couple slashing or...
Is the notebook out?
There was a...
I think we're all right.
Pretty simple there.
I saw a slash and a rough maybe. What we had before, is that a fair assessment?
That would be my assessment, but we'll get the official. Or a pair of unsportsmanlikes.
Either way. Either way, 6:56 to go here, and then Jeremy Klobuchar took given a rough ride by the far face-off circle there, and took a bow to the crowd and gave him a good. Gotta love it. All right, back to full strength here as Austin Kelly will chase after it, digs it free. Jake Tice waiting for it as they try to free it out in front of him. Stout will get it, and back the other way they come. Adam Kressel charging hard to the front of the net with a great shot block there, and it goes up into the netting. And we get a whistle. 6:39 to go here in the second. Sean, while we have a minute, a couple of reminders for folks. Tomorrow night, we're in Ashland for a WIAC matchup with Northland. We'll be on the air at 6:45. Back here at KB Willett Arena next Friday night, 6:45. It's the Teddy Bear Toss.
It is.
A holiday favorite, so we'll have to get the official lowdown here. Usually it's you can bring one or they'll have some for sale. Can't fault Eli Billing there, Sean. He made a save. 2 rebound saves, and the third chance, Stout beats Eli Billing and gets on the board here with 6:32 to go.
And one of the first times tonight, the Pointer defense kind of took a nap in front of their goaltender. Eli made 2 good saves, like you said. Carson makes no doubt about it on the third attempt, up and over the glove side, and it's 3-1, Stevens Point.
So Logan Nelson, his first goal of the year for the Blue Devils.
That was a 4-on-4 goal as well, Tom.
Now near side, carried in, and a whistle, and I think it jumped into the Stout bench here, so they'll bring the draw back to center ice to reset. Logan Nelson, so far unassisted at 13:05. Kelly O'Brien digging for it on the far side. He'll bring it in with Zek on the far side. Zek coming through, tried to slide it through to Brennan Miller, who was wide open. Pointers now bounce it back the other way. And Stout into the neutral zone. Long outlet pass. That hit the top knob of his stick, and as he's coming through into the net, just like that, Stout back into it at 3-2.
Oh my goodness, how quick these games change, and you never can sleep on the Blue Devils, Tommy. They are the kings of pulling the rabbit out of the hat. 2 4-on-4 goals quickly here against the Pointers, and it's 3-2 just like that with 6:05 remaining in the second period, and the bugaboo of the second period continues for Stevens Point. This has been the period that the Pointers have just struggled in this season.
All right, Stout, they're feeling it now. Ad save, and Colin Raver pushes it out. McKellar ahead for Carter Rue. Let Stout firmly right back in this one. Corrali now feeds it far side to Qualiata. Carter Rue chips it ahead. Raver going to give chase to the far corner. Raver, good shoulder there to get it free to McKellar. Here's Colin Raver toward the front of the net. Corrali with a shot. Kitchen, what an unbelievable save. Now Qualiata out high. He'll look to throw it back. Instead, cross ice to McKellar. Fires it wide. Corrali after it. Far corner. Stout will get it and look to clear it out. Corrali chips it back. Raver got a piece of it. Stout bounces it ahead. Sorokin. Hammers him on the near side and cleared out to center ice. Sorokin offside. game. Far side they go. They'll sling a shot. Billing with a save. Hit a body. Goes wide to the far side. Stout with it. Out high. They'll send it. Bouncing puck. Pinballing through. And Qualiato with it. Up this far side for Colin Raver. Raver, defender in, sheds him off and gets it deep. It's good body position there as Brennan Kitchen down to slow it down. Stout with it in transition. Chambers leaves it ahead. Nagel after a rebound, and Pointers will cover it up. 4:31 to go here.
By UW-Stout, Nelson, and Duchesne. About 50 seconds apart, Tommy cuts this lead from a cruise control.
Against Stout, right?
Yep.
Pointer's going to go back to the Goose on Main power play.
That's a tough one to take if you're a Blue Devil fan, Tommy. That one was a little ticky-tacky. A hooking call will go to Jensen, Tommy. He'll go to the box again tonight. So another power play opportunity for the Pointers. It'll be their fourth opportunity of the night. 1 for 3 so far.
All right, Superior now a 3-1 lead over River Falls. Northland after 2, still leading Eau Claire 1-0. 4:25 to go here in the second. Pointers on the Goose on Main power play, and a penalty call coming up here against the Pointers.
Here we go.
A slash or a hooking call to Danny Corrali, and it will even it back up.
You know, Brandon Schrader figured this out for a period and a half. Both these calls by him, and we'll go 4-on-4. And the Pointers would be equally upset with that penalty as well.
Well, 4:18. And here comes Carter Rue. Rink wide to Kelly O'Brien. Around a defender. O'Brien coming. Shot fired. Fought off by Kitchen. Blocker save made there. Zek to the rebound. Throws it back to the near corner. Stuckert. And up ahead it goes. Qualiata reads that. Now tip free. Carter Rue will get it. Feeds it to O'Brien on the far side again. Back through. Watch out here. Intercepted by Verstegen. Carter Rue, who definitely affected that shot in front of the net. O'Brien with Zek back the other way, feeds it to him. Zek chopped at it. Kitchen with a save. Back to O'Brien in the near corner. He'll slide it out high. Carter Rue coming along. Rue firing a shot, right into a sliding defender. That's Sorokin. But Carter Rue out of gas here. It looks like he'll pull it back, feeds it off the far wall, and Zek will try to chip it deep. Bouncing puck, Raver after it. Pointers. Your own bench. Now Qualiata taken down, rides it off. He'll reverse back here, feeds it back through to the middle to McLean. He'll zip it ahead for Raver. Got through him, and whistle, and Colin Raver put himself offside.
Yep, he tried to spin and protect the puck, and he got hit pretty good right below us in front of the Pointer bench. Knocked himself out offside. So just 42 seconds remaining of a 4-on-4. Then Blue Devils will have a brief 5-second power play.
Kind up in our second intermission to recap some scores and a Pointer profile with the junior Carter Rue. Ask him how his brother's doing.
I did.
All right.
Yeah.
Saw him a couple weeks ago. Ooh, hold in on the far side. Wes Ashley after it. He'll go banging around there, and boy, went a little high up with the gloves, but Drew McLean now holds it at the red line on the far side, back through to the middle off the near wall. McElhaney in full stride on the near side, brings it in, looks to a backhand, ridden off wide around the back of the net. Raver setting up shop to the side of the net. Raver, he takes an elbow up high, no call, and back the other way. The Pointer bench erupted. Stout back the other way, weaving through, shot off the glove of Eli Billing. McElhaney looks to chip it out, can't. Now they'll throw it in front. Gain possession of it. Stout throws it in front, wide of the net to the near side. Here's McElhaney ahead. Austin Kelly on the far side behind the defense. Has to gather it in, comes toward the net. Tell you what, this is a heads-up back check by Hunter Anderson to poke it to the far corner. Now Logan Fredericks on the forecheck, frees it up for Stevens Point. Behind the net it goes. Alex Scar back to get it. Stout in transition the other way. Lucas Carroll. Minute 50 here in the second period. Shot fired. Glove save made by Eli Billing. With a minute 51 to go, Stevens Point clinging to a 3-2 lead.
I just want to get out of this period, Tommy, as we get through the little spurt of special team play.
Logan Fredericks on the far side. They will chip it high. It's gloved down at the red line, and Brennan Miller gets it free. He'll feed it ahead. Here comes Logan Fredericks. Fredericks coming through, little toe jag through, knocked off the play. That's a good back check there by the Blue Devils. Qualiata with a backhander up in the near side. Fredericks in the near corner to Miller. Can't get free for a shot. Now back to Fredericks on the near corner. Fredericks getting free. He'll come in, firing a shot, bounces wide. Rebound loose side of the net. Miller taken down in the play and could not get a shot off, and off the far wall and not gone as planned by Coach Granado, you think?
You think?
Just checking.
Yeah.
Far corner, Stout will try to dig it out. Carter Rue and Danny Corrali doing some work for Stevens Point. It now goes behind. Unbelievable save by Eli Billing.
How did he save that puck, Tommy?
How did he save it? He lost his stick and his glove. And we will see, it was it Hunter Anderson?
That was Kressel, Tommy.
Kressel wide open in front of the net, and
it should be 3-3, and somehow
I have no idea how Eli Billing kept that puck out of the net.
Unbelievable save, Tommy. The far post and near post, he got a stick or a blocker or something.
Something to get it.
Kressel took the shot and looked straight to the heavens after the puck went up and over the netting.
Did he deflect it with his stick to get it up high?
No idea.
Was it a Ethan Strong at Adrian Special, perhaps? Right? Now here's Wilson Northey back in the other way. He'll get it deep to the near corner. Now a shot and a goal! Wilson Northey from the near side, I think. Is it Jordan Fader that tips it past? Out of nowhere, Stevens Point strikes. In the final minute, it's 4-2 Stevens Point.
Great hustle play again by Wilson Northey, Tommy. He wins a 50-50 battle at the offensive blue line. He looked like he was going to get in on the goaltender. Got a good back check by the Blue Devils, but no one picked up. Fader coming in late. The puck laid loose in the slot. Fader chips it over the stick side of Kitchen and gets ran into the goaltender for good measure. It's Fader's first of the season, and the Pointers get a 2-goal lead.
That's a big, big goal. McElhaney now feathers it ahead. 30 seconds to go, but Kelly O'Brien wants more. Stout with it. And back through comes Stout. They'll walk in, firing it. He'll go after it. Trying to force it out the near wall. It goes. Here's Zach back the other way. 3 seconds remaining. Zach coming to the net. Shot. Glove save made by Kitchen. And they will let the clock run out. Stevens Point arguing that there's a couple of seconds left on the clock here. And they're going to talk about it here. Stout's headed to the locker room. And what are you going to do? Stevens Point should get an offensive zone faceoff.
They should.
There were at
100%.
least 2 seconds remaining.
And the officials say go to your locker rooms.
Well, you're trying to work and get whatever you can, but stuff like that's not supposed to happen at home, right? take that. But here, you get a big goal in the end of the second period and have a 2-goal lead. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we will give you a second period recap, update you on some scores, and Sean McMahon's much-anticipated Pointer profile with the junior Carter coming up as well. 4-2, Stevens Point leads Stout after 2. You're listening to Pointers Hockey on the Pointers Sports Network.
UWSP students and staff, did you know your UWSP ID gets you a 20% discount on food at Grazzi's? You can also test Grazzi's to 89800, that's Grazies to 89800 to receive free offers and other discounts. Made fresh from scratch with better ingredients for a better you. Grazzi's is open 7 days a week, serving lunch and dinner from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. at 5327 Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Visit Grazzie'sItalianGrill.com for more information.
Attention winter sports enthusiasts! The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are now open for registration. Go to BadgerStateGames.org for information about our 24 winter events to compete in. Classic events like Alpine, Nordic, curling, and figure skating. Anyone can compete. Hockey, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, and ski jumping. Participate in non-traditional events like fat tire bike racing, cornhole, and pickleball. Or how about e-games, CrossFit, or martial arts? Go to BadgerStateGames.org. The Badger State Games are for all ages with any type of athletic ability. Compete for gold, silver, and bronze medals in the sport you love and create traditions and memories to last a lifetime. Go to BadgerStateGames.org to register and like us on Facebook. The 31st annual Badger State Winter Games are brought to you by these proud sponsors: Marshfield Clinic, Habish & Rotier, UW Stevens Point, Wausau Central Wisconsin Sports Authority, and Sunrise Broadcasting.
The Pointers Blue Line Club brings together hockey fans from all levels to enjoy and support Pointers hockey. Whether you're an individual, family, or business, there are many ways you can support the Pointer program. Consider an individual membership, a business sponsorship, or visit the Blue Line Club apparel stand and purchase the latest items to show your Pointer hockey pride. Don't miss the Sam Molsky 50-50 and Fan of the Game raffle at every home game. Get more information at PointerBlueLineClub.com.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena. What is it, BMO Harris Bank, the sponsor of tonight's game here, and John Cisnowski's got a couple of a week late turkey bowling contestants here. So always a great job to be had there. And again, want to remind folks, next Friday night, the Teddy Bear toss against Eau Claire. Number 1 ranked team in the country as of now. They are down to Northland 1-0 after 2, so we will keep an eye on that. Superior has extended their lead to 4-1 over River Falls. In the MIAC, all these scores after 2 periods. 8th ranked Augsburg leading St. Olaf by a score of 2-1. And it is Concordia, Minnesota leading St. Thomas 3-2. And Sean, St. Scholastica has beat Adrian in Michigan by a score of 3-2. Adrian with a goal in the final minute. But St. Scholastica, Adrian outshoots St. Scholastica 52-18. Wow. Zane Steves makes 50 saves for the Saints, who get a big, big win. Well, the NCHA is up for grabs.
Yes.
With a 3-2 win over Adrian to get the win there. No report yet from MSOE at Finlandia, Lake Forest at Lawrence, or Concordia, Wisconsin at St. Norbert. We'll see if we can get those for you prior to the start here of the third period. All right. Scoring-wise here, Stevens Point has kind of bailed himself out a little bit here, Sean. Got off to a good start. Danny Corrali with his 4th of the year from Logan Fredericks at 9:14 of the first. Pointers outshot the Blue Devils 14-4 in the first period. They came back out 6:35 of period number 2. Zach Zeck for the Pointers with his 5th of the year from Wilson Northey at 6:35. Zeck came right back about 2 minutes later on the Goose on Main power play at 8:33 from Carter Rue and Kelly O'Brien. It was 3-0 Stevens Point. Then the second period funk officially kicked in here for Stevens Point. Logan Nelson with the goal for the Blue Devils, assisted by Connor Duchesne and Riley Jensen at 13:08. 50 seconds later, Duchesne just lifted a shot toward the net that From what we could tell, looked like it hit off the top of Eli Billings' stick, went off the crossbar, bar down and in. It was assisted by Riley Jensen at 13:55. Stout got to within 3-2, but then Stevens Point, a big goal. Wilson Northey just hustling up the near wall, threw it in front of the net. Jordan Fader redirected it past Brennan Kitchen. It's Jordan Fader's first goal of the year at 1923. Stevens Point with a 4-2 lead after 2 periods here. Shots on goal through 2 periods, 29-17 in favor of the Pointers. So 15 saves here for Eli Billing, while Brennan Kitchen with 25 saves here through 2 periods. And boy, outside of that little bit of a funk here, and what is it? They're looking like they're having an issue here with the resurface with one of the marsh pegs, right?
Correct, Tommy.
Trying to get it out. Of course, new addition here, those. I think they'll get it out here, but they are a full circle here for the Willett Arena staff to try to get that through. So again, shots on goal, 29-17. Stevens Point is 1 for 3 on the Goose on Main power play. 1 for 4. Stout 0 for 2, right? 0 for 3. Never believe what's on the computer, I guess, right?
Well,
always go to the notebook.
Go to the notebook,
as they say.
Never
Sean.
fails you.
What do you think this funk is for the Pointers in the second period?
I don't know. It's a good mix of bad bounces, and the Pointers get a little lackadaisical in their own end. But man, they have now given up 20 goals in the second period and scored 20 goals. So even up in the second period, luckily you're able to answer that goal at 19:23. Tommy swings the momentum completely back in the Pointers.
I tell you, those are the goals you've been giving up all year.
Yes, you have. Yep.
When you really think about it, and especially you look at, Jordan Fader. We said last week Carter Ruga had to get going. Yep. Jordan Fader, you get these guys that get going and start to bring it. This is a frustrated but very talented forward group here.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Major tweaks to a system that's doing some different things. Got to hit your groove and just got to get some positive momentum rolling your way.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, also neglected to mention on the scoreboard, it is a final now from East Lansing. 3-0 the Badgers lose to Michigan State. They got to get a win tomorrow and split that series.
I don't
500 at best?
Yeah, they're 500 right. One game below 500 right now.
Yeah, exactly. So we shall see there. Pointers will be on the road tomorrow at Ashland.
You get your warm clothes packed,
Get the warm
buddy?
clothes. If you're heading up there with us tomorrow, dress warm at the Bay Area Civic Center on the shore, literally on the shores of Lake Superior.
Yes.
We will get that going. And again, 6:45 is our pregame coverage. Home and home with Eau Claire next weekend. We're here at Willett Arena Friday night for the Teddy Bear Toss, at Eau Claire on Saturday night. Both games right here on the Pointers Sports Network, 6:45. And again, you can find us from the UWSP schedule page, the audio feed only, or for home games, the YouTube feed with the audio to boot as well. It's going to be a big weekend next weekend, Sean, but you got to finish it off with a strong 20 minutes here.
Yep.
Get yourself 3 points in the WIC stand. 3 points for a win. Each team gets a point if you go to overtime now, and an extra point to the winner. So when you figure that into things, it's
so do they put an overtime loss into the column, or is it just count as an extra win or a loss?
I think it's just extra.
That's my question.
I think it's extra points here if you look at it. So I take that back. It's 2 points for a win in regulation, 1 point to each team advancing to overtime, and the additional point awarded to a team winning in overtime.
Okay.
So that is a little different wrinkle than they've had in
past years. They might as well just go to the 3-point game then.
Amen to that. So I misspoke, 2 points. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Sean's Pointer Profile with the junior Carter Rue. Junior out of Champlin, Minnesota. We'll come back and have more. 4-2 Stevens Point after 2. Back with the Pointer Profile after this timeout here on the Pointer Sports Network.
Your family's safety is important, and with winter driving coming, Sherrill Tire and Service can help. Sherrill Tire and Service Centers can help with new tires and a pre-season tune-up, so your entire vehicle is winter ready. Sherrill Tire and Service, Plover, Stevens Point, Weston, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, and Medford, and online at SherrillTire.com.
Sherrill Tire and Service, get your car done right.
Marshfield Clinic Health System is making access to care easier, and we're making it easier to get care quickly in Stevens Point.
His His sister dared him to put mac and cheese up his nose. Oh no! So, urgent care? Yeah, urgent care.
Urgent Care, now open in Stevens Point. Visit marshfieldclinic.org/Stevens Point to learn more.
Oh, Mom!
And welcome everybody back to our second intermission tonight. We continue with the Pointer Profiles. Tonight we get to talk with the junior forward from Champlin, Minnesota, who scored his first goal on Saturday night of the season, Carter Rue. And Carter, thanks for getting back to the hot seat here and joining me for a couple minutes. I guess, first of all, let's turn a page back to last year. What a crazy, unbelievable run. I listened to our profile from last year before I got ready for this one, and what I took away from it was you guys were all having a great time and having fun playing with each other and getting balanced scoring. Obviously, it's a little bit easier when you win hockey games, but I mean, just have a chance to reflect on last year and that unbelievable run that this team made.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had fun, every day, and, every weekend we were winning and stuff like that, and that just, you kind of rally around that, and we just kept going with it too. There wasn't any stoppage throughout the season. I think that was kind of the biggest part, is we kind of knew we had something special. Just like this team we have this year too. We know we have something special. It hasn't gone the same way, but every team is different and every year is different. So
and to share it with you, that big of a moment with your brother, I'm sure was special. We joked a little bit about how he gets under your skin from time to time, but to do what you guys did on home ice and your brother playing his last year of college hockey on the Pointers, had to be a pretty cool way to end his career.
Yeah, he always calls me all the time just to talk hockey, and for some reason he always brings up, he's like, oh yeah, Division III hockey, I've never lost a game kind of thing, like in my whole career, Division III hockey. Yeah. So he always gets that on me and stuff. So, but yeah, we always have this fun banter back and forth.
Do you think he misses the game a little bit?
Yeah, because he calls me all the time. I can tell you how often it's at least 3 or 4 times a week he's calling me and asking me, oh, how the guys doing? What's going on? What are you guys running? Things like that. So yeah, I think he misses it a lot.
The summer good for you? Able to get home and do some work, or did you just decide to stay in Point?
Yeah, no, I got home to the cities in Minnesota and was actually working with hockey kids and doing a bunch of sports stuff with them and throughout the whole summer. So that was kind of nice and relaxing. So
in Minnesota, it's a 24/7 job, isn't it? Doing hockey and off ice training. It never stops for you guys.
No, but it's fun though. It doesn't even feel like a job. So when I'm working with these little kids, they just want to have fun. And I remember when I was little and going to camps and stuff and meeting new kids, and the coaches were awesome and stuff like that. So it's fun, just kind of switching roles now and being that coach. So.
Yeah, absolutely. What were a couple things that you wanted to work on over the summer to improve your game for your junior season?
I think, I'm a little guy, so probably just strength a little bit. I got playing against guys like Brennan Miller and Colin Raver and Kelly O'Brien. They're huge, and it's just being able to stay on my feet and to not get knocked over the puck easy. So I tried to work on strength as best as I could. So.
Flipping the page to this year, obviously a little up and down with your game. Personally, got a little bit of an injury bug, but we're able to get back in the lineup last weekend and get going with a goal. Felt good to get that goal on Saturday?
Yeah, it's been a struggle this year, I think, just with offensive ability, but at the same time, the chances are there, so I think just finally getting that one, hopefully I could start rolling, but I think it was time. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's one of those goals that you'll tell your grandkids that you sniped it from the face-off dot, and it was a laser right up in the corner, wasn't it?
Oh, of course. Yeah, it was. If anyone saw it, yeah, it was a snipe.
It was a snipe. Let's talk a little bit about the season so far. Lots of ups, a little bit of downs, and somewhere in the middle at times. But I think one of the positive things is that you guys are still grinding away and working hard. Last weekend just had 45 plus shots on goal on Saturday night. Offensively, it's coming, and you can feel like for guys like yourself, Freddie, those type of players, that you guys are right on the verge of popping this open and really getting things going.
Yeah, and like I said, we had a talk after Saturday night's game, and just that no one's given up. Like it hasn't been the season that we've wanted or hoped for, but at the same time, we still have a chance. And we've been a part of this program that has done, amazing things and the unthinkable things.
Yeah,
so,
right.
We're still in it. We're still ready and hungry, and so it's exciting.
And you got the meat of your conference schedule in front of you. I think that's another thing that gets lost is that the Blue Golds are good this year. Stout and River Falls and Superior are on the brink of being ranked. I mean, there are some big games upcoming that was going to help with all the numbers crunching come the end of the season, isn't there?
Yeah, of course. And the WIAC has always been a good conference, but I think in recent years you start to find some of those teams that were in the lower end are getting better, improving, and you're finding them in the top 15, and wins against them are huge, especially at the end of the season, because we don't get that automatic bed.
Yeah.
So
how's school going for you through your junior year?
Good. Yeah, it's nice. I'm a psych major, so I like people and I like reading people and things like that. So, but it's interesting. So I'm kind of excited to see where that brings me.
I'm looking at Logan Fredericks right now. What's your read on him?
He's a tough one because he's a very nice guy. But he can get under your skin a little bit on the ice. Yeah. But you know what? I think that's part of his game.
He's got that mean streak, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's smiling at me right now, so I can't get a good read on him. But I'll let you know. Okay. I'll finish my major and then I'll tell you.
Before our interview, we talked a little bit about how you guys had a lot of fun this week in practice and got back to basics and got back to you guys' game. How was the week in practice? So can you get a little bit more into that?
Yeah, it was more positive. I think we kind of realized that we've been gripping our sticks way too tight and that we're, getting down on each other, and I think we just needed to lift each other up. And, so we, after Saturday night's game, we just talked and we're like, we're still a good team, and we're doing all these things. We're getting offense and things, but we just need to bear down a little bit. Let's have fun and let's just play.
Yeah, and get back to basics, right?
Yep.
Finally for you, back to conference play this weekend with a big game here against UW-Stout at Willett Arena. You got to get back on winning ways on home ice too, don't you?
Oh yeah, and I'm hoping that we get a pretty packed crowd. Just with Thanksgiving last weekend and stuff like that, it wasn't too many people here, but I'm hoping for a packed barn, and so we can win in front of them and kind of show them that we're still in the running. So
give me a couple keys for success tonight.
I think the biggest thing is structure. We need to play a structured game, and if we do that, we've shown that we can be one of the best teams in the country just through structure, and then discipline too, not taking penalties and forcing them to take penalties. I think those are two big things, along with special teams. We got to win the special teams battle. So
absolutely. Well, Carter, thanks so much for taking the time as always. My best to you and the rest of your junior year, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you so much.
All right, that was Carter Rue, the junior forward from Champlin, Minnesota. More Pointer hockey coming up on the Pointer Sports Network.
After the game or anytime, head into Goose on Main, downtown Stevens Point. Goose has 38 beers on tap. That's right, 38, including all of your favorites, an awesome selection of microbrews and craft beers featuring some of the finest beers brewed right here in Wisconsin. If you're hungry, you'll find out firsthand why Goose was voted the best burger and best fish fry in Portage County. Before or after Pointers hockey or anytime, stop into Goose on Main, just minutes away on Main Street, downtown Stevens Point.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena. Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon, set for, boy, we've said this a lot here early, a very important 20 minutes lie ahead here.
Gigantic? Don't want to understate.
Just got to get some positive vibes going.
Don't want to underestimate or over talk about a game in the beginning of December. But this is a much-needed 2 points for this hockey team if they can pull it out.
No auto bid. That's the life you live.
Yep.
5-on-5 as we are set to go here. Our opening faceoff brought to you by Miller Lite. Colin Raver drags it right in, and he gives it to Ryan McKellar. McKellar back to Raver in the far corner. Now it's Raver in front of the net. Excuse me, backhanded shot. Zach had a wide open net, the puck on a stick, and couldn't get it cleanly. Now McKellar's side of the net. McElhaney with a shot turned aside by Kitchen. A 3-on-2 back the other way. Here comes Stout to the right wing. Lucas Carroll whips it back on the far side. Zach got a piece of it into the far corner. It is Adam Kressel to the side of the net, chipped around. Raver will get it. Raver waits for a defender, pulled out, tried to feed to McElhaney ahead. Raver took a couple of whacks, and now he'll lift it high into the zone, the far corner. Zek giving chase. Alex Stuckert gets there first, feeds it around the far side. Brennan Miller out after it. Fredericks poking for it. Connor Chambers deals around him and feeds it ahead. Far side, centering pass back through. Backhanded shot turned aside there. The defender got that more than Eli Billing. Now Miller with a nice play to get it to Carter Rue. Rue ahead, Fredericks on the near side. Got a piece of it, goes back behind the net. Rue after it, took a chop from the goaltender on the way by. Miller in the far corner. Now it's Carter Rue. He'll get it. He'll set up top of the far face-off circle. He'll go to Miller. Right back to Rue down low, coming right back through to the Miller. Miller trying to get a shot. Fired it. Now a couple comes in toward the net. Kitchen with a sprawling save and gets back to his feet as Stout clears it out in a 3-on-2 back the other way. Stout out of gas a little bit here, but Nagel coming through, firing a shot wide. Rebound turned aside by Billing. Side of the net. He jams that up. Pointer is off the wall and out on the far side. Jake Tice, some fresh legs off the far side. Rue wheeling for it, nothing there. Stout hammering it, and that's fought off by Billing. Rebound chance, that's shouldered away by Eli again. Puck loose in the Stevens Point end on the near side. Tice, a little too soft on a clearing effort here. Can't get it. Stout with a shot, that hit a body. Did it get to the net? No, it'll go into the near corner. Stout trying to dance it free there. Riley Jensen getting free. Behind the net, Tristan Conrad sends it out. Will it clear? No. Stout holds it in, sends it back in. Corrali. He'll chip it off the glass, and here it goes. Here's O'Brien back the other way, 2-on-1 with Tice. Kelly O'Brien in all alone, coming shot and a goal! Kelly O'Brien, no doubt about that one, Sean. It's taco time at Willett Arena, 5-2, Stevens Point.
Nice job by the Pointers, Danny Corrali, to chip the puck over the defenseman for the Blue Devils. It's Kelly O'Brien with a 2-on-1 with Jake Tice. Kelly decides to take the shot. A laser shot over the glove side and high on Kitchen. It's O'Brien's 4th of the year, and the Pointers lead 5-2.
All right, so
that's your answer right there, Tommy.
No doubt about that one. Here's Jordan Fader with it now on the near side. He'll get to the red line and send it in. Comes bouncing right in front of the net. Wilson Northey with a backhander that kind of knuckled wide. And Stout trying to kick it ahead. Raphael Goslin. And Ashley caught a weird rut there for a minute. And he's able to keep on his feet here. Fader will flip it ahead. Wilson Northey jamming forward on the near side. Boy, this kid never gives up on pucks, does he? Stout able to come in from behind and send it in. Eli Billing will calm it down. Pointers will roll it out. Northey kicks it free again, and now here's a turnover shot, hit the far post. It beat Eli Billing clean, and it clicked off the far post. So Eli gets a break here, and the puck loose in the near corner. Just under 17 minutes to go in the third period. Shot fired, that missed wide. And Raver trying to get to it on the far side, nothing there. Wes Ashley now. Got to be strong on his stick, he is. Shoves it ahead to Colin Raver. Off the wall and into the roof, we'll get a whistle. 16:35 to go here in period number 3. Pointer Hockey brought to you by the Stevens Point Brewery. Brewers of exceptional beer for over 160 years. Proud to support the Pointers.
So officially, Tommy, the Pointers' 5th goal of the night. It's Kelly O'Brien, his 4th of the year. Give the assist to Danny Corrali, his 3rd point of the night. Check that, his 2nd point of the night. But the defenseman making the good play up and over the defenseman for the Blue Devils. Turnover for the Pointers.
All right, in front of the net and turned aside. Well, Eau Claire has found its stride in the third period here, Sean. They're now up 3-1 over Northland. And McElhaney with it now for Stevens Point. Qualiata ahead, and McReynolds giving a rough ride back to his feet. Qualiata brings it in. Qualiata dumps it to McElhaney. He'll go right back door, coming in. McReynolds with a shot. Kitchen with a save, and Brandon McReynolds looking for his 1st of the year with a heck of a chance there.
Yep, a nice job sneaking along the backside and the back door. Got a great centering pass from McElhaney, just couldn't put it in. Went forehand and then backhand, which gave Kitchen enough time to get to the far post. Make a good save into the stomach. No rebound to be had.
All right, bouncing through far side and a 2-on-1 back the other way. Here comes Stout shot. Tried to pick a corner. Good job by Eli Billing to force that one wide, and Logan Fredericks with it, back in the other way. Leaves it to Rue, back to Fredericks in tight. He'll come to the near corner. Swings around the back of the net, leaves it behind the net for Miller. Intercepted by Stout. Back the other way they come, Alex Nagel. Nagel, far side, tries to work around Tristan Conrad. Puck bounces wide of the net. Danny Corrali will backhand it around here to the near side. Up the wall, and Fredericks had it poked away. Here's a bad turnover again by the Pointers from the near side, but Carter Rue with a good job to keep her going. Center ice, Brennan Miller will get it. He'll dump it in, and Stevens Point needs a change, which they will. 15-15 to go in the third. 5-2 is the Stevens Point lead. Wilson Northey. Now a pass, and did it get into the netting? No, bounces wide to Eli Billing. He's got to hustle to get back in, but Pointers do a good job here of getting to it in the near corner. They'll push it ahead at Austin Kelly, and Wilson Northey back the other way. Stout able to work it around. Here's Connor Chambers up the far side. Long outlet pass. They'll say Drew McLean could have played it, so they'll wave off the icing call. All right, let the clock roll. Here is McLean. Rink wide near side, Northey. Had to kind of wait for it, so he spun around, now gets it, and Stout bouncing it around off the near side, tried to go back to the middle, and Austin Kelly with it. What do we have? Delayed penalty call coming up here.
Penalty behind the play, Tommy.
Jake Tice, I think, that will go. Jake Tice tied up on the way back, and an interference call will go, and well, Sean, that'll send Stout to the power play.
Yep, Stout to the power play. It'll be their fourth power play of the night as Jake Tice goes to the box for interference behind the play. Be honest with you, Tommy, didn't see it. So
didn't see it or saw it and didn't see it.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it. Period.
Either way.
Yes. Way behind the play.
All right. 14:34 to go here. Stout under the power play. Keep the momentum going here with a strong kill. Tristan Conrad chips it around. McKellar to the far side. He'll slide it. Tried a little pass there that if it connected would have got Luke McElhaney, but the worst case scenario here, it goes down the length of the ice. So Stout with it on the breakout. Back the other way through center ice Chamber. McKellar eats him up, and Stevens Point starts over again. McKellar, McElhaney will come off. Kelly and Miller will come on. Tristan Conrad and Wes Ashley out here for Stevens Point defensively. On the penalty kill, Stout 5 across, sends it in deep behind the net. Ashley, the first to get there, rims it around. Miller, a bouncing puck, and could have had a 2-on-1, but I'll take that play anytime.
Yep.
Good clean, far side. Kelly trying to work it free now in the forecheck. Brennan Miller does. Gets it to Austin Kelly behind the net. Centering pass comes back in. They turn it over, but Adam Kressel there to kick it out, and it goes right wing to Gosselin. Gosselin carries it in. McLean picks him up. They'll rattle it around the boards far side. Miller intercepts, and Miller with it again. He'll send it the length of the ice.
That's twice they could have had a 2-on-1, Tommy. Good play between the two forwards, Miller and Austin Kelly.
Jordan Fader, Wilson Northey will come off to kill the penalty here with 48 seconds remaining, and now got up high through the neutral zone, whistling it offside.
I know it's been a week and how one game can change from the other, but man, the Pointers have been so much better through the neutral zone tonight, especially on the penalty kill, lining up a couple guys right along the blue line and forcing the Stout power play to slow down and then have to dump the puck in. That's easy penalty killing. Keeping it simple for the Pointers.
Ted Francis strikes again. Stevens Point's most wanted. 13:10 to go here. I got my own family member selling 50 tickets. We got to get him up here and put the fix in or something. Who knows, A little holiday cash. Maybe a big crowd next week. Here's Colin Raver back the other way with Wilson Northey. 20 seconds to go on the power play. And Northey with a shot block off. It's into the near corner. Colin Raver lost his stick, so he'll skate back to the Pointer bench. 10 seconds remaining here on the Stout power play. Tristan Conrad will one-time it around off the glass and out, and that will do it. Not much damage for the Blue Devils on the power play there. Pointers back at full strength, 12.5 to go in the third with a 5-2 lead. Now through the neutral zone, Logan Nelson with some speed, centers it in front, and it hit off a body in front. I'm not sure if it went off of Lucas Carroll in front or Tristan Conrad. Either way, Stout cuts the deficit to 2 to 5-3.
And Qualiata was right there too, Tommy, as the Pointers have to clear that out, as Eli Billing was cutting down the angle and taking the shooter away. The defensive core for the Pointers can't clear that puck out, and it ends up into the back of the net, and it's a 2-goal lead again here for the Pointers.
You got to watch out here because they last time
I'm telling you,
came around, struck again. Now Brennan Miller muscles it off to the far side. McElhaney around, Zach Zeck on the near side. Fredericks tried to clear it up, Stout with it, helter-skelter coming in front, cleared out, rebound chance, pushed wide to the near corner. Defender down on one knee with a shot now, that's clicked in front. Koaliata tried to clear it out, held in by Anderson on the far side, he'll send it deep around. McElhaney to Zeck on the near side, Zeck with a couple of goals, back to Koaliata, back to Zeck on the near side, off the near wall. It's just out of his reach, Stout tried to go off the glass, but too high. It'll go up into the crowd. We'll get a whistle. 11:47 to go here in the third. 5-3 is the Stevens Point lead.
And Tommy, it's Nelson, Logan Nelson, his second goal of the night, unassisted at 7:26 of the period to cut this lead back to 2. And we've seen the Blue Devils come back for more than this, Tommy.
Yeah.
You got to be on your toes here in the final 11:47 of this hockey game.
All right, off the face-off, they'll slide it ahead. Wes Ashley back to get it. Well, Finlandia, Sean, didn't lose. 2-2 tie with MSOE.
It's actually not a bad tie.
Not a bad tie at all as MSOE came in. Ranked 11th in the country. Turnover, shot, save made by Billing. Jake Tice with an unbelievable back check here. Now the Pointers turn it over again. They try to kick it out in front. Boy, it is helter-skelter here. Kelly O'Brien with a shot block off the near wall and out. Back the other way, Tice. Maybe a 2-on-1 with Corrali. Jake Tice coming in, feeds it to Corrali on the far side, but Connor Chambers intercepting. It might be a 2-on-1 back the other way. Now they'll come back through to the middle. Alex Scar goes deep, near side. Carter Rue with it. Back the other way comes Stevens Point. Colin Raver ahead. Rink wide to Corrali, far side. Back through to the middle to Raver. Backhanded shot toward the net, smothered off by the Blue Devils. Tice into the far corner, tried to center, now Raver with it. Raver and Austin Kelly poked away there. Alex Nagel with it. Nagel cycling with it. He will feed it up on the far wall to Alex Bowe. Bowe feeds it far side to Nelson. Nelson with some speed toward the net. He's got a wide open wraparound as Eli Billing was caught out of the net in traffic, able to make a save and rebound wide to the far side. Now ahead, Austin Kelly with it. Ahead off the stick of McKellar. Stout will look to bring it back in. Now they'll reverse back off with Stucker. Coming up in the midway point of the third period here, 5-3 the Stevens Point lead. McLean ahead for McReynolds, just missed. Now McReynolds trying to capitalize, and coming over is Alex Bowe to clear it out to the far side. Off the glass, McLean with a backhander. Tried to send it back in, and it's Qualiata that'll get it and send it deep. Zach around to the near corner. McReynolds played around him on the near side. McLean with a thumping shot behind us, or below us. Verstegen giving a rough ride, but he somehow managed to fight and get the puck deep. Qualiata to McElhaney on the left wing. Full speed, he'll come in. McElhaney coming, cuts around to the net. He'll flip it out high to Qualiata. He'll come in, fires a shot, tried to pick the corner, hit a body and went to the far corner. McElhaney after the rebound here now on the near side up the wall. Zach reaching for it. Zach with Jordan Fader coming in, and it's tip free. Comes back into the neutral zone to Qualiata. Qualiata up the far wall. McElhaney and Zach to the front of the net. McElhaney waiting, dishes, comes back. Bouncing puck. Zach just missed the hat trick. Into the near corner it goes. 9:12 to go in the third. Stevens Point a 5-3 lead. Jordan Fader coming in. Shot. Save made by Kitchen. And the rebound to McElhaney in the far corner. He steps around trouble. Keeps it going. Fader in there to get it. And it'll pop out to Hunter Anderson. Anderson into the neutral zone. Pulls up far side. Comes near side. And it goes to Alex Scar. He's turned around but got a shot off. Pad save made by Eli Billing. Here's Wes Ashley with it. Reverses behind his own net. He will set up shop in the breakout here with 8:40 to go in the third. Ashley feeds it near wall to Rue. Back to the far side. Corrali spinning but got it. Off the skate. Now back the other way. Here comes Stout quickly in transition. Defender falls down. Shot fought off by Eli Billing. To the far corner. Centering pass comes through. Pulled out. Here's Carter Rue back the other way with Logan Fredericks. They'll try to feed it through to him. And Fredericks taken down as he tried to reach for the pass, and Stout brings it back out. Conrad looks to flip it ahead. He does to Danny Corrali. Corrali coming, bouncing puck. He's hit hard. Lost the puck, but Fredericks gets to it behind the net. Fredericks tried to center. Fed up on the near side. Jake Tice after it for the Pointers. And it is Tristan Conrad that'll play it to the near side. 7:55 to go in the third. Stevens Point a 2-goal lead. Eli Billing will slow it down behind the net as Stout dumps it in. Conrad to get it to that wall on the far side to Corrali. He'll flip it out high. Poked ahead. Kelly O'Brien is off sides in the play here. We'll get a whistle and a face-off just outside the blue line on the far side.
And back and forth action we go as things open up a little bit, and you'll love to see this, Tommy. Good flow back and forth as the Pointers and the Blue Devils trade chances. UW-Stout opening up their play a little bit here in the later stages of the third period, trying to get themselves within one.
Off the face-off, it is Stout.
But they offsides by a mile.
I say a little late whistle here as Peter Verstegen, on the far side, kind of put the clamps on. Well, Sean Eau has opened it up in the third here. 5-1.
Rolling
is the lead. They scored 4 goals in a 4-minute span.
Woo.
And have added a power play tally to boot, out shooting the Lumberjacks 43-16 so far. We'll see the Lumberjacks tomorrow night in Ashland. Shots here now 32-22 as the face-off in the neutral zone on the far side. Poked ahead, Jake Tice. Tice coming. It is McLean to the front of the net. Centering pass comes through. You just can't handle it. Kelly now to Qualiata. He'll load it up. Bombing shot there. Save made by Kitchen. Wonders have had some point-blank chances that they just could not handle the puck. Now Tice near side. He'll set it up toward the net. Redirected by O'Brien. That goes up high. 7:12 to go here. Stout will lift it up. Past Qualiata. He'll calm down a rolling puck here and pull it behind his own net. Steven Qualiata. Ahead for Tice, bouncing puck through. Kelly O'Brien, nice job to win a foot race. Centers it back, shot by Tice, fought off by Kitchen. Another big save by the freshman netminder. In front, Tice reaching for it again. Bouncing puck comes down. Stout will pick it up. Connor Chambers back out. Leaves it on the near side. Tice freed it up, and Stout offsides on the play. We'll get a whistle. 6:43 to go here in the third. Still a 5-3 lead for Stevens Point.
Pointers have shored some things up defensively here in the last 5 minutes or so, and put the pressure back on the offensive side of the ice, and getting back to that puck possession game that we've seen in spurts tonight has been so good for Stevens Point.
All right, update at River Falls, 5-2 the superior lead. Long shot in on Eli Billing is turned aside. McElhaney behind his own net for Jordan Fader. Zach Zeck yelling for the puck, but it goes too far. We'll get a whistle and an icing call.
Zecker's feeling it tonight, Tommy, as he has 2 goals tonight in the second period, scored at 6:35 and 8:33. His 5th and 6th of the year. You got to get 17 going here in the final game in a period left of this first half. You get him going, get him feeling good, gives you a little added secondary scoring.
Off the face-off, it is Jordan Fader bringing it out for Stevens Point into the zone. Just keeps it going to the near corner. Now gets it to Wilson Northey. Northey and Fader behind the net. Zach with a shot. Kitchen with a save. And boy, set up Zach well. He's so good to the side of the net there.
Yes, he is. In sharp angles, Tommy. Nice job by Zecker again to make a good little short angled shot. Looking for that hat-trick goal, but keep going, 17. Feeling it tonight. 6:11 remaining in the hockey game. The Pointers lead by 2.
All right, a face-off to the right side of Brennan Kitchen. Rattles around into the near corner. Carter Rue and Colin Raver will try to dig it out here for Stevens Point. Raver comes away with it, centers it in front for McKellar. Out of his reach again. Tristan Conrad around for Carter Rue on the near side, up for Colin Raver. Ahead to McKellar. Rue into open ice, feeds it to the far side to Corrali. Danny Corrali in, he'll hold up far side, comes back to the near side for Raver. That's read well by the Blue Devils, and they'll turn and off the near wall, clear it back out. Tristan Conrad ahead for Danny Corrali, off the near wall ahead, and played ahead by Ryan McKellar. Kind of lost it between his feet, so he'll just get it and send it deep and come off for a change. Under 5.5 to go in the third. Stevens Point with a 5-3 lead. Now Carter Rue just wheeling with it. He'll push it ahead with a backhander, and boy, it looked like he had his stick tied up from behind. Couldn't get all of it on it. Qualiata will feed it. Saucers it ahead for Fredericks. Back to Brennan Miller on the near side. Miller gathers it in to the near corner. Now throws it behind the net. Too strong for Logan Fredericks. And Miller after it to the side of the net. Fredericks crashing in to poke it free into the near corner. Fredericks, defender all over him. Got him to Miller, out high to Austin Kelly. Kelly feeds it far side to Qualiata. He'll come in, shot deflected, up and out of play. I tell you what, Stout, these guys are battlers, Sean. They block shots. They may get beat, but they turn around and recover.
Yes, they do. And that's been kind of the MO of Terry Watkins' groups. No lead is ever too big against the Blue Devils. They like to wheel and deal. They're a little bit more structured than we've seen in the past. But
2009 year, they went to the Final Four.
Oh my goodness, that line of
Scott Motes and Joel Gallrup, right?
Yep.
And I forget who the third. Those dudes flew.
Yes, was it Derek Clement or something along those lines?
Who knows? They were something else. And that place was a hornet's nest over there, too. It was crazy. 4.5 to go in the third. Now centering pass in front of the net. Didn't help matters that Stevens Point was not very good at
No,
the
they
time.
weren't.
Now here is Kelly O'Brien in the bad check sliding through. A couple of playoff series ended. Two of them ended badly. One got the tide turned.
Yes,
Johnny Mio in overtime, right? Of a mini game.
It was a mini game. Was it Johnny Mio?
Yep. Travis Erstad called it in overtime to force the mini game and won it again. That was crazy stuff. That seems like forever ago.
Oh, it does.
Wilson Northey ahead. Here's Jordan Fader carrying it in. He'll come toward the net. Rolled off of his stick, and it is back. McLean back to pick it up. Now Qualiata with it. He'll feed it right back. Northey on the far side. Pointers just getting pucks deep here. Now Northey after it again. He'll feed it back behind the net for Fader. Fader looks to center, off the near wall to Austin Kelly at the point. Kelly walks around two defenders, shoves it ahead, keeps it going, got it back. Here's Austin Kelly, hops through, comes right back to him, couldn't get a shot. Now they'll dive it far side, bangs it off the side of the net is Drew McLean. McLean backhander in front, that's cleared aside. Colin Raver far side. Kelly will shove a shot, Kitchen with a save. What a scramble here by the Pointers.
All Pointers, great job on the forecheck. Is nice to see some smiles out there too. Austin Kelly dipsy-dooed around a couple defenders.
I would only figure if Kelly would have bagged that rebound.
Yeah, exactly. Score a goal this weekend. I think one of the best stories that you've ever told, Tommy, playing the Blue Devils, is that mini game after the Pointers won in overtime. You went into Coach Nichols' office and said, "Hey, got any lineup changes?" He said, "No." He said, "I'm undefeated in a mini game."
That's right.
And he went in and told the boys, and they all erupted. And an amazing story.
All about that. Yep. Ryan McKellar, now Raver to the side of the net. Comes around again. Kelly will send it back again. McLean trying to waltz free a little bit. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender here with 3 minutes to go as Stout able to carry it in. They look to center. They're going to come walking right through. Swept aside. Side of the net pushed wide. I think Tristan Conrad with a good recovery to force it to the near corner. Pointers trying to regain possession of the puck. Here's Stout coming back in. Shot fired. Missing wide. Far post. Alex Nagel. Over to the far side. Pointers reaching in. Pointers have had, this line's been out there for a long time. Now, beautiful job by McKellar. He'll fight his way to the red line. Flip it deep. Pointers will get off on a change. 2:30 to go here in the third. Now, turnover. Carter Rue back the other way. Firing a shot. Kitchen a save and hangs on.
All right, good save by Kitchen, Tommy. Up high, able to deflect it down with his shoulder down into the glove hand to get a stoppage of play. Carter Rue, Logan Frederick, both having pretty good games tonight.
All right, final now. Eau Claire has beaten Northland 5-1. So the unbeaten band beats on here, or the unbeaten drum, for lack of a better term, for the Blue Devils, or excuse me, the Blue Golds. And dumped back into the Stevens Point end. Goaltender still out there for Stout. Shot lifted. That gets glass. Logan Fredericks on the far side. Chips it ahead. It is Peter Verstegen ahead. Pass through. Whistle should be an offsides here. Now they're back to touch up, and Stout will flip the puck deep. Eli Billing around. Logan Fredericks to Carter Rue ahead. Brennan Miller ahead. Minute 40 to go. Stout with it on the far side. And Qualiata will chip it. It'll go up and out of play into the crowd. A minute 36 to go here in the third.
Stop and start action as Pointers, the Blue Devils, continue here. This good end-to-end action. Pointers 1 for 4 on the power play tonight.
Sean, you may be not surprised to see Eau Claire a little, first period kind of trailing, long trip out east. Stout going to take a timeout here, long trip out east, come back.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Feeling pretty good about yourselves, getting elevated to number 1 and
not surprised.
Kind of going, playing your backup goaltender.
Probably sleepwalk through that first half of that hockey game tonight.
They got her going in the third period though, so they win it 5-1. Last report, Superior knocking along here. About 8 minutes to go at River Falls. 5-2 is the Superior lead. See if we have any more finals in from the NCHA again. St. Scholastica beats Adrian 3-2 on the road. Big win there for the Saints. Finlandia and MSOE skate to a 2-2 tie. And in overtime, Aurora and Marion. That's a huge game too.
Gigantic. They
are tied at 1. And if we can, in the MIAC, Augsburg has reversed the tables here and kept her going. They beat St. Olaf, so after they trailed early, 8th-ranked Augsburg, a 3-1 win at home against St. Olaf. And Concordia, Minnesota, Sean, hanging on. Midway through the third period, they lead St. Thomas 3-2. All right, minute 36 to go. The net is empty, and there will be no surprise. Actually, I guess I am surprised here that no Zach Zek out on the ice. We will see. And Concordia and St. Norbert tied at 1.
It's 7-1 St. Norbert.
7-1, excuse me. Now Wilson Northey after a puck here. Minute 30 to go here. Empty net for the Blue Devils. And an extra attacker on. They could make this really interesting here. They'll come through the neutral zone, but Wilson Northey pops it ahead toward Jordan Fader, just out of his reach. Fader will hustle to get to the hash marks, and a big crunching hit here to free it up, trying to get his stick free, but defender tied him up. Minute 5 to go here. Stout with another breakout here. Stout through to the middle. They'll come walking right through it, chapped free for a minute, but now Stout back with it through some traffic. Shot block there by Drew McLean. He will get it. Here's McLean. He'll flip it toward an empty net. Bouncing puck will go wide, but Jordan Fader the first to get to the circles. Fader in the far corner, shoved down from behind, chips it free to Wilson Northey. Northey turns, tried to feed it back to Fader. Blue Devils come out, 40 seconds to go. Stevens Point a 5-3 lead. And McElhaney chops it out. Colin Raver hustling after it. He will come, feeds it back to McElhaney. McElhaney waiting with an empty net. He'll accelerate behind the net. Raver coming in front of the net, can't get it. Now he'll turn and lift it high over the top of the net. Now Luke McElhaney takes it away again, 20 seconds to go. Boy, a lot of licking of the chops with an empty net. Now, who else? Brennan Miller. He'll hammer it, but hammered it high. 10 seconds to go here, and boy, this is a much-needed win here for the Pointers as Raver pass on the far side. Who else? Austin Kelly coming in. He'll fire it into an empty net. 0.8 seconds to go. 6-3 will be your final. Go figure, Austin Kelly, right?
Yes, Austin Kelly with the extra man for the Blue Devils and the empty netter. Oh, boy.
Yeah, the official stat enhancement package there. But
it'll be his 5th of the year, Tommy.
Yep.
But all importantly, the Pointers are going to get 2 points tonight and climb up the WIAC standings just a bit.
That they will. All right, so crowd will head to the exit. Austin Kelly is going to win a face-off here, and that'll do it. Stevens Point, Sean, breaks the slump, gets a 6-3 win here, and more importantly, gets back to
In Portage County, before or after Pointers hockey or anytime, stop into Goose on Main, just minutes away on Main Street, downtown Stevens Point.
Your family's safety is important, and with winter driving coming, Sherrill Tire and Service can help. Sherrill Tire and Service Centers can help with new tires and a pre-season tune-up, so your entire vehicle is winter ready. Sherrill Tire and Service, Plover, Stevens Point, Weston, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, and Medford, and online at SherrillTire.com.
Sherrill Tire and Service, get your car done right.
All right, back here at KB Willett Arena, Tom Weaver, Sean McMahon. Stevens Point, a 6-3 winner over UW-Stout here tonight. Get a very much-needed win here now. We talk with Pointers head coach Tyler Krieger. And, Coach, kind of one of those games where you did some really good things, you did some not-so-good things, and some things in between here. Ultimately, your fellas got a much-needed win here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's felt like ages since we got a win and got that feeling. I think we just needed to get that monkey off our back and get the mojo going again with the guys and kind of get that moxie. I thought we were good in some facets. We had a couple breakdowns that we need to learn from, but our special teams was good both ways around. I thought the power play moved the puck well, had some good looks, finally cashed in on one. Penalty kill was good, especially in the third there. Killed it off and got some momentum out of it, it was a good team win all the way around.
I thought you got to the net really well here tonight. Not a whole lot of perimeter work here.
Yeah.
Your fellas got to the net.
Yeah, however many shots we ended up with, I think.
Yeah.
Probably 3/4 of them were in the grade A in the slot area. We got there with a purpose, and the system works offensively. We just got to do a better job of getting there.
And your big body forwards really did a good job of getting to the net, just to jump on Tom's question as well.
Yeah, Brennan Mill played a great game. Fader and Willie both played a really good game as well. I thought Logan Fredericks had some jump in his step and had some good looks again tonight.
He's going to blow it open here one of these days, isn't he? Yeah.
He is. He's getting frustrated, but it's going to come. He was starting to do the little things and using his speed and finding lanes, and it'll come.
How frustrating is it to play against guys like Austin Kelly and Brendan Miller?
Yeah,
those guys they're just so relentless, right?
Yeah. They're the smartest players on the ice at all times. They see things before they happen, and they're so good defensively and always in the right spot. They're kind of invaluable to have.
What do you think the biggest change for this system you're running here is it the bigger change for your forwards or your D-men? Or kind of equal parts.
All the way around.
All the way around.
We got some D playing in forward spots. We got some forward playing.
Yeah.
Defensive spots. They just need to. When the pucks come at us, we can't let guys get behind us there. When they get possession of in the O-zone, we're kind of still stepping what you would call a pinch, and we need to just pull out and limit those odd man rushes. And we got to clean up our breakout as well. Just keep it simple through neutral ice. For the most part, when plays are there, we'll make them on the rush, but we just need to chip and chase pucks and get in the O-zone and buzz.
And you guys did a much better job in the neutral zone, especially on the penalty kill tonight, didn't you?
Yeah. When teams run 5-back, it's. You lick your chops a little bit. You just you man up and hold your blue line a little bit stronger. We've been spending too much time in our penalty kill, letting them set up in the O-zone, playing coverage, and odds are statistically you're going to get scored on when you let them touch the puck that much with control as skilled players as they are. So we need to attack our trigger points in the forecheck and on the face-offs to get our clears.
I would think lastly for you here, obviously we'll head to Ashland tomorrow. What you do between now and 7 o'clock tomorrow almost as important when you drop the puck here. It's one of those you're going to get on the bus, you're going to go up there same day type thing, and Saturday after a Friday, that whole thing. Got to be smart about replenishing your fluids here, all that fun stuff, and keep mentally sharp too, right?
Yeah. These guys they're grown men. They know how to take care of themselves. They need to take care of it and enjoy the win here, and regroup for tomorrow. And tomorrow's our national championship game, just like tonight was.
All right, Coach. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Pointers coach here, Tyler Krieger, is Stevens Point here tonight. Beats UW-Stout by a score of 6-3. We will get you a quick scoring recap here. Let's see here. Let's get to the shot totals here first. Stevens Point ends up outshooting UW-Stout by a count of 38 to 23. So Eli Billing here makes 20 saves. He needed a win.
He needed a win bad. Yep.
Got it going. And I'll tell you what, we will give some props here to Brennan Kitchen with 32 saves for the Blue Devils. As
he's finding it a little bit.
Terry Watkins said, they haven't gotten very good goaltending, and He gave him a chance here tonight. Made some big saves coming through here. But in the end, it's Stevens Point getting the win here. As we recap the scoring, Pointers got on the board. Tell you what, got yourself the lead. You've been struggling. coming around. Didn't have a great weekend last weekend. You came out 9-14 to the first. Danny Corrali with the goal for the Pointers, his 4th of the season, assisted by Logan Fredericks. It was 1-0 Stevens Point after 1. Zach Zeck got it going then. 6:35 of the second period, assisted by Wilson Northey. 2-0 Stevens Point. Zeck on the power play at 8:33. So Zach Zeck now up to 6 goals on the season. Zeck from Carter Rue and Kelly O'Brien at 8:33. Then the second period slump struck in for the Pointers a bit. 13:05, Logan Nelson from Connor Duchesne and Riley Jensen at 13:05. 50 seconds later, they wired one somehow up high past Eli Billing that we'll have to get a look at video. I don't know if it hit part of his mask, part of his blocker, part of his stick, whatever it was. Somehow wired into the upper right corner. It was 3-2 with Connor Duchesne from Riley Jensen. But I thought the real turning point here, Sean, 19:23 of the second period, Wilson Northey didn't give up on a puck, and from the near boards, a backhander over to Jordan Fader, wide open in front of the net. A little move to get it past Kitchen in the final minute at the 19:23 mark. Jordan Fader, his first of the year, made it 4-2. Pointers then came out, equally kept the pressure on at 2:19. Kelly O'Brien with the goal, his 4th of the year from Danny Corrali, made it 5-2. Stout made it interesting. Logan Nelson unassisted at 7:26. But then Austin Kelly put the capper in. What they're saying is 1951, but it should be 1959 because it was 0.9 seconds remaining. An empty net goal, unassisted, his 5th of the season for the Pointers, gives you the final score here tonight of 6-3. Power play wise, 0 for 4 is the Stout Blue Devils. Stevens Point was 1 for 4 on the Goose on Main power play here tonight. Let's see here. Stevens Point won 146 faceoffs and lost 25, so win about 50%.
Yep.
Just a hair under 50% on the faceoff wins tonight here for Stevens Point. All right, other scores, finals. Number 1, Eau Claire beats Northland 5-1. Superior beats River Falls 5-2, so they keep on trucking there. Well, actually, it was late in the third. I'm going to assume that's gone final by now. In the NCHA, St. Scholastica beat Adrian 3-2. MSOE and Finlandia skate to a 2-2 tie. Aurora and Marion skate to a... I'm sorry, I take that back. Marion beats Aurora 2-1 in overtime. That game in Fond du Lac, and at last report we saw, St. Norbert was beating Concordia, Wisconsin by a score of 7-1. No report from Lake Forest at Lawrence. And in the MIAC, 8th-ranked Augsburg beats St. Olaf 3-1. Boy, I tell you what, that Concordia-St. Thomas game has been, according to here, 3-2 at 9:59 forever. Bethel gets a win tonight. They beat Hamlin by a score of 3-2, and Gustavus beats St. Mary's 7-0. Sean, we got to pick our Pointer Blue Line Club player of the game. We are ripe with potential candidates here. Zach Zeck with a couple of goals. Danny Corrali with a goal and an assist. Wilson Northey with a couple of assists. And Lawrence beats Lake Forest 5-1, right?
Other way around.
Other way around.
Yep.
Take that back. Lake Forest beats Lawrence 5-1. They'll play tomorrow night in Chicago. Jordan Fader got his first goal of the night here. I'm going to go with... I'm going to throw this out there. A couple of assists here tonight, Wilson Northey. I thought, he really set up that Jordan Fader goal at the end of the second period. Without that play, things may have been, much more interesting. It was a 2-goal lead there. So Wilson Northey is our Pointer Blue Line Club player of the game. Stevens Point now 5-5-1, 1-1-1 in the WIAC. Stout 1-7-1, 1-2-0 in the WIAC. Tomorrow night, Pointers at Northland. 6:45 our pregame coverage. Face-off at 7 o'clock from the Bay Area Civic Center. If you're coming up, dress warm.
We will.
It's my tip for you.
Yes.
All right. Good effort here tonight. Got to have an even better one tomorrow.
Yep. Got to keep going, Tommy. Right. This is the first step in this last 4-game stretch before the end of the first half.
That it is. Got to empty the tank here. All right. Once again, your final score. Stevens Point beats Stout by a score of 6-3. For Sean McMahon, I'm Tom Weaver. Thanks for listening to Pointers Hockey on the Pointers Sports